getting much better. As I was saying, it is Witchy Wednesday. I'm focusing on tarot today. I'm going to talk about Robin Wood tarot reading from past, present, and future, and go over some other online tarot. And then I will be back at 6:55 for Argario gameplay. And then 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be coming online and creating before your eyes a book of shadows that is digital on Tumblr. And 7 p.m. Central Standard Time are readings again and other spiritual work. Since today is my day to shine, I want to share my culture and spirituality with you, and it's a sacred day, and I'm going to express my reverence. And so we shall begin. Now, I usually ask the great creator what the creator wants me to know today. And I decided to do a 3-card spread with Robin Wood Tarot deck. It's a deck that I got from my friend Richard, who was in Omaha, Nebraska for my birthday. And I'm honoring him by using the deck today. And so we're going to shuffle the cards with the intention. Hello, good morning, Hillel. We're doing good morning, John Pokeny. Welcome. We're doing our morning tarot reading. We're asking the great creator to show us our intentions for today. We're using a Robin Wood tarot deck that was given to me on my birthday by a friend named Richard from Omaha, Nebraska. Where are you guys from? I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have been fascinated with tarot ever since I learned to play cards. You can use regular playing cards as to read, including calling it cartomancy. And you can look up online meanings. If you find a random card on your path, you can interpret it for its intention of what the universe is trying to tell you. And then there's oracle cards that are also very good. And I love them both. I love the cards. I also love card games like Magic the Gathering or Rummy. So I've always been fascinated with cards. And so I have been studying the symbolism behind tarot, and it's a unique history. So we're doing a 3-card spread, past, present, and future. So I'm going to cut the deck twice, and then once again. And I'm going to fan out the cards. I'm going to select 3 cards, past, present, and future, and see what we got. Oh, we've got the Lover's card, one of my favorites. I've always loved the idea of romantic love, partnership, couplehood, going through life together and sharing is just amazing. And it's a great, great way to work through life. There's always been a long history of lovers and fascination with romance stories, fascination with finding true love. There's the stories of twin flames and talks about relationships, the balance between yin and yang, and working together and finding inner peace and harmony and going forward. So then our second card is our present card, and we've got the sun. And the sun is a source of great energy, and it illuminates our life. It nourishes all the plants. It brightens our day, warms our skin. It shines down on us with total love. The sun radiates and enlightens us and shows us a path. And this is our present card. And looking back at the Lover's card, we've seen a past of balancing yin and yang, and we strive. The sun is this, like an ultimate star, closest star to us. It guides us. It flows with the morning when we rise, and when it sets, our cycles are attuned to the path of the sun, and it leads us into the future. And so our future card is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the pentacle is a symbol that's often misunderstood. A lot of Wiccans and witches use the pentacle, and it has a lot of stigma, gotten negative associations, especially in Hollywood and movies. But it's a symbol of a star protected by a circle, and the star radiates with the balance of the elements: earth, wind, water, fire, and spirit. And it's that balance of elements that are within us. And if you see like Leonardo da Vinci's drawing, he has drawing that aligns the human body to the star. And so there's a lot of philosophical and scientific rooting between the pentacle. And the circle has always been sacred, especially in the Native American culture, is where we have our sense of safety and community because we always view our life in the form of a circle. And we go through life as equals. No one is above each other. Everyone is on the same circle. And everybody has, ability to share and grow with everybody. And so we look at the queen as a leader, usually very good with money and finances and prosperity and abundance. And that's a good direction. You may know a woman in your life that meets that role and that she works on in that element and that she influences you. So you may want to turn to her, look for the influencer that can balance your abundance and then go forward. So these are the three cards: the Lovers of the past, the Sun of the present, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is a path. It looks like a very good path, a balance of yin and yang, being led by the light of the sun to enlightenment, and being led by the Queen of Pentacles, a woman that portrays like balance with money and finances and business, someone who's influential and organized. So those were the Robin Wood series. And if you had studied a lot of the tarot, it originated in the Christian church, was used by the priests until the Catholics rose up against it and turned it away. So then it ended up becoming stigmatized. If you look at a lot of the imagery, such as the devil, it's a Christian concept that was in the cards. Now I have a deck that's online, and it's an app, and I want to try this out because it's still new. And do it like a reading for today, a message for today. It's called Vision Quest. It was $3.99 on Google Play, and it's a very powerful card. And so it comes with a journal, and what's nice about the apps is that you can record all of your readings and see patterns over time, kind of like a dream journal you keep. And if you do readings for yourself every day and practice, tapping into the universal powers and to seek higher guidance, it can point out a direction and patterns that you need to work on. So the card of today is the 10 of Earth, which is wealth, which leads into the Queen of Pentacles for the future. And so we flip the card. It says the card of the day helps you prepare for your day in advance. This card offers guidance of mitigating harm and upholding positive aspects of the next 24 hours. Holding this card in your mind helps you discern the everyday synchronicities around you. Meditate on the card of the day for mindfulness, inspiration, and spiritual focus. Good morning, Elizabeth. We're doing the card of the day. And it's the 10 of Earth. It's from the Native American Tarot deck. It's called Vision Quest, and it represents wealth. It's the message for today from the universe. In essence, wealth of overflowing luxury and abundance, rich harvest, best intentions. Your creativity bears fruit. The inner message is you have found an opening to your inner treasure chamber. Now you can radiate this glory and warm the whole world. Let others share in your good fortune. Whatever you share, the most precious thing will come back to you. Good morning, Kirkapal. I'm reading today's card, which is the 10 of Earth. It's from the Native American deck called the Vision Quest. And the inner message is of the most precious thing that you have is your inner being. Just as it is to be truly wealthy means giving of your inner self unrestrictedly. Outward manifestation, all that energy you have invested in your self-discovery now bears fruit abundantly. The more faithful you are to your inner values, the more gifts are showered on you. However, this internal and external wealth must not remain static. To use it intelligently, it must be circulated. Perhaps this is a good time to pour some of your overflowing energy into an adventure that has less to do with material profit taking and then with loving generosity. Hi, good morning. I'm doing tarot readings talking about the 10 of Earth, which represents wealth. How are you today? So this is from the Vision Quest Tarot. And this is a good deck. I also enjoy the deck of Enchanted Map from Colin Baron Reed. Colette, I should say. Not Colin. Colette. So the Daily Oracle card. Let's see. It says, ask a question. I'd like to know is, how will my day go with Witchy Wednesday? Then I'm going to click on a deck. It's either Wisdom of Avalon, the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Colette Baron Reed Enchanted Map, and the Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm feeling the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms right now, so I'm going to go do that. And they fan out the cards and pick 3. The card for today is the Word Lord, Communication, Praise, Dishonesty. The Word Lord is an ally. The Word Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know what positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. And when you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking its reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. Praise it for the inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do, as even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Good morning, Twisted Skittles. I'm doing a tarot reading using Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And we got a card called an ally card. It says, applaud yourself for everything you do, as even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks for the services you enjoy, and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as spiritual exercise, and say it is so and it will be. It's a very auspicious sign, and when the Lord chooses you to be your ally, well, thank you for becoming my fan, Twisted. So the second card today is what's in protection. It's a reversed card. It says, what else do I need to know? And the card is the Shadow Queen, and it's in reverse. It says the Shadow Queen is acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation, a challenger. The Shadow Queen gently asks you to address your innermost character flaws with compassion. For now, it's time to bring your wounded self and hidden agendas into light. You're seeing the tangible results of those aspects of your nature that have revolved a response to the difficulties in your life. They've been a means to help you survive. Perhaps you're falling prey to insecurity, masked as elitism and arrogance, believing that you know best, to comparing yourself with others, or to being fearful and self-sabotaging. You may have been taught that manipulating others rather than being direct is the way to get your needs met. The Shadow Queen reminds you that manipulation in any form isn't the best method of getting what you want. Another meaning that can apply is the ability that you're being affected by someone else's wounded self. Perhaps you are the one being manipulated. Whatever the case, it's time to take a fearless personal inventory and observe what part you play in the dramas and potential disasters in your life. When you come to the place of humility, forgiveness, and grace, then you may proceed again and walk into the light. There is great value and strength in facing your own shadow and in the realm of the Shadow Queen. And the final card is, where is this going? And we have the Dream Walker. Hello, Hammy. Good morning. We're doing tarot readings. I just pulled 3 cards from the Colette Baron Reed. You can get them online. They are available for free, and they're excellent tools. You go to Colette Baron Reed, use Colette, and you can pick a daily oracle card. You can get it on your phone. You ask a question and then click on the deck that you want to choose your card. So then you have the Wisdom of Avalon, the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Enchanted Map, and the Wisdom of the Oracle. Would you like me to pick a deck for you, or would you like to pick one? Would you like a reading this morning? Feel free. A reading would be nice? Okay, ask a question. What would you like to know? Okay, I will pick. I will see. See if I can load this up again. Start from the beginning. What does Twisted Skittles need to know today? And then we're going to pick, let's see. Let's try. Yeah, you can have a reading. You'll be number 2, right after Twisted Skittles. I'm going to pick the Wisdom of the Oracle. The Wisdom of the Oracle for Twisted Skittles. Let's see. Got the cards, and these are free, and you get to do it. Hey, Groovy Lynn, this is your first time on YouNow? Welcome. You can pick your deck. They fan out the cards, and then you pick it. It's right on your phone. It's real convenient. You don't have to worry about losing your cards. It's totally free. You go to the Colette Baron Reed website, and you can have your choice of 4 decks. And then you pick the card for the day, and that card is a change in the wind. There's that picture of a zebra on the picture. Some good artwork. It says a change in the wind is a sense that unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm. Awareness that your plans are not on firm ground. Feeling a shift. Uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The guidance needed, the oracle's message, is it's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in the human experience is black or white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. That's cool. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. The relationship message is relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough areas of seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. And then there's a prosperity message. As you endeavor to create a prosperous life, Twisted Skittle, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there's nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realized was not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out and all will be well. Even better, actually trust. Well, I'm glad this is true for you, Twisted Skittles. Good morning. We're doing tarot readings. It's Witchy Wednesday, and tarot is one of my favorite forms of witchy tools and divination, like cartomancy, tarot cards, oracle cards, playing cards, Magic the Gathering cards. I love cards. So what else do I need to know? There's a second card. We're going to pick it, and it's in reverse, which means it's a protected card. And that card is exchanging gifts. It's got like a pink fairy, but it's reversed, so it means it's in protection. It says, oh, welcome, Sally Williams. This is your first time on YouNow. We're doing tarot readings for the Witchy Wednesday. My name is Winona, and I live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm a Native American witch, and I love tarot. It says protection. Protection message is be careful what you pray for, because you might just get it and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you're always desired, but know you will have to walk away from or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be reasonable for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though. Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life, Twisted Skittles. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. And there's one more card. It's called Where Is It Going? So I'm going to draw the card. And it doesn't want to come. There it is. It's called Imagine. It's also in a protection phase. It's reversed. And it goes on to say, turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, and the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, illusions. The protection message is that illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear. Then envision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating. Is it true? I'm glad you hear that. The universe responds to such projections, so be aware of this catastrophizing, where you're recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. No matter what illusions are awfulizing, are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner state and stay grounded, stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. So what they say, it's like when I see it, oh, you do? You have a question? Okay, we'll be next. I just want to sum up what I feel from the whole three. So you have the change in the wind. There's lots of change in the air. Things are not what they expected, but it doesn't mean it has to stop you from where you're going. It may be a shift in a new path, but sometimes finding a new path can help you flourish. So keep a positive mind, release any fears, stay grounded, and focus on the day. Now, someone asked if I do spells. To me, affirmations are a form of spells. I focus more on positive thought and things like that. I have been in ceremony where we have different spells I've done. I've gone to moon circles, Beltane ceremony. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that something spoke to you and that there was some kind of inspiration. I hope that you have a fun Witchy Wednesday. Okay. Thank you. It did? Okay, great. Be sure to fan me and I can keep in contact. Become a part of Winona's tribe. Make sure you like this broadcast, invite your friends, share the message, share screenshots. You did fan me? Oh, great. It's hard to keep track. There's so many people coming. Okay, Groovy Dilemma, you have a question. What is your question? Thank you for the thumbs up. Good morning, Em. We're doing tarot readings for Witchy Wednesday. I'm Winona from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I love tarot cards, oracle cards, I got cartomancy, all that. You're also Native American psychic? Great. What tribe are you? Do I do spells? Well, what is a spell? Think about that. What is it? It's usually something that you do to change your will about something. And it could be intentions, it could be affirmations, and it could be visualization, it could be ceremony, ritual. There's very different levels of what a spell is. And a lot of people could be, in essence, doing spells and not realizing it. They're kind of unconscious, but the object is to change will and mind over something. And so we often redirect our thoughts and go in different ways. We may not always know the ritual elements of certain things, but we practice, being positive, bringing light into our lives, bringing positive people, a positive opportunity. And a lot of that is just redirecting thought. You're not yet in a tribe? I'm unsure of my percentage, but I'd like to join a tribe one day. Do you do genealogy? I do genealogy. And I got a pedigree chart. You can get them online. And you start with yourself. You put as much information about yourself on the chart, and then you include your name, your birth date, your birthplace, if you're married place, and then you put your parents down, the next generation back. You put your dad's birth date, birthplace, marriage place, and you can put your mom down, and you keep going back one generation at a time. When you fill out as much as you can, then you start doing interviews with family members. You talk to grandma and auntie so-and-so, and you ask them questions about where your family comes. You gather as much as you can from living relatives. Then once you've exhausted all of that and you've got all the oral tradition down, then you can focus on doing outside research. And there's things like Ancestry DNA. I took it and I've got like over 400 cousins from fourth level and below. And they've been constantly emailing me as we're trying to figure out how we are related and fill in gaps with our family tree. And I have an Ancestry account where I share my public family tree, and people have been connecting to me. And then there was an app called We Are Related that says I'm related to Marilyn Monroe and rapper Eminem. So that was pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. You said, do you think you can do a love spell for me? Now, I know that there are love spells that exist. However, I am morally against love spells because you're trying to force your will on another person, and love should be free. It should come from the heart, and I shouldn't have to force somebody else to love me. So therefore, I do not practice love spells because I believe that they go against free will, and that we should encourage the development of relationships in a positive, free way. And to me, that's not what a love spell would do. It contradicts the concept of love in my mind. So personally, I do not go down that path. So I focus on other things like sharing interests, finding common ground, people that love music and art, and they love movies, and I love The Walking Dead, and I talk to people about that, or I watch Wonder Woman, or you try to connect with people that way, find common ground, find passionate interests, get to know people, go on events, go to meetup, look at those ways to build a relationship. Just because there's a spell for it doesn't mean it's a good spell or should be used or, is morally right. So I do not choose to practice it that way. And think about it. Would you want someone to force themselves on you? Would you want them to force you to love them? Do you really want that? Like, think of the consequences. There is a Native American prophecy called the Seven Generations Prophecy. And what that means is when we sit in the present and try to make a decision, we should ask ourselves not only how it'll impact the next 7 generations, but also look back and figure out how did we get there. So look back at the past 7 generations. It's this mindful thinking that can help you in making long-term plans. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad. I thought about ancestry. Yeah, I have been really happy about it. My sister blessed me with a year of ancestry, and that she got me an ancestry DNA test, and it showed that I was Native American, like I thought and I knew because I'm enrolled in the Stockbridge Munsee Band of Mohican Nation. And it also showed I have some African American in me, Jewish, Asian, Pacific Islander, and some European. So there's quite a mix, and there's a lot more variety than I thought it was, but it's very interesting. You're Cherokee. Okay, the Tsalagi, Tsalgi, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, is the traditional name of the Cherokee. And they have their own written language. It was documented. It's one of the first Native American languages written. There's a long history about it, including the Cherokee Trail of Tears that President Jackson had ordered them to be forcibly removed, and many died along the way being relocated to Oklahoma. So yeah, learn a lot about your tribe. It's a wonderful heritage, lots of great stories. It's honestly, it's wonderful that any of our tribes existed after all that genocide. The fact that we're still here and that we are continuing to grow is a powerful message. Between Standing Rock and the Idle No More movement, we're still here and we're still taking a stand. Even though we're like the minority of the minorities, we're still holding on to what we value, to each other, to our traditions, our languages. We're all still connecting like that. So it's a powerful time. There are reservations still too. Yeah, I know. Actually, Hitler got the idea of doing the concentration camps when he looked at how the United States treated the Native Americans and forced them onto reservations. He copied that from America. And so it's a hard history. My tribe originally was in New York, the state of New York, around the Hudson River Valley. And then my ancestor, Captain John Concapat, who was also Chief John Concapat of my tribe, he served in the American Revolutionary War in the Army, serving George Washington. And while he was away, and so were several of the other Mohican members, they came back and they found out all their land was gone. That was a horrible way to thank some veterans, some American Revolutionary War veterans that helped birth the country. That's a horrible way to thank them after all they've done. Yeah, there's a lot. And a lot of it I learned by studying genealogy. We have a personal history, and when we know where we come from, we can connect with the larger history, and then we can see how we're related on a larger scale. But it starts with genealogy. It starts with you. And you start with your pedigree chart, get your details down of your parents, your grandparents, you interview the relatives, you do research, you network. There's a lot. I've been doing genealogy research since I was 15. It was my passion. I went to the Mormon Family Center in Hales Corners. You're very interested in zodiac and astrology. I have a problem with astrology and zodiac. Now, I know there's like a Native American zodiac where they say I'm born in the month of the woodpecker. And then I know the Celtics, they have a zodiac where I was born of a tree. And then there's this controversy about, well, the astrology has me down as Cancer. But then NASA said the planets have shifted. And so they shifted the astrology charts. And now NASA's saying I'm Gemini. So I'm looking at myself, am I more a Cancer a mother and nurturer, or am I a communicator, more like a Gemini of air medicine and Cancer's water? And so I'm trying to go, I figure it's very confusing. Some people embrace the new change, and there's like an extra zodiac sign, so there's 13 under the NASA philosophy. And so there's this very shift in like, should we go with the old way and keep it the Cancer, or do we embrace the NASA way and adjust it and change all the charts? Because there's people out there that have their astrological sign that they were given at birth tattooed on their body, and now NASA's saying that's not what they are. And so they've got this symbol on there, and NASA's saying that's the wrong symbol. It's really crazy. My mom, she used to read books about Mars and study astrology, and she brought me to a psychic fair and had numerologists read me and my sisters and mom's numbers, and they said that we have psychic in the family and that it's been going on. It's usually, it's shared among the family members. She said it was strong in our family. So I was really proud about that. Anybody else want a reading? You want to try a different deck? I have romance angel decks. Does anybody have a romance question? What's so nice? There's free decks online. You can easily have access to that. Proud of what, my Native American culture, or loving tarot cards, or being a witch, or all of that? Where are you from, Twisted Skittles? All that in psychic. Yeah, I came out of the broom closet within the last year. I had been among witches. I was mainly, my path, I wanted to be a medicine woman. And then I was a medicine helper on the path to being a medicine woman, but I saw there was a lot of discrimination against Native American women who are medicine women. So I got discouraged and didn't want to continue on the path. But then I got a lot of empowerment from other witches who were very strong feminists. And so that encouraged me to try that path. And so I've been pursuing that and becoming more open about it, and I made a video called Native American Witch on my YouTube channel, and I ended up posting a profile on Witchbox. Yeah, it's very hard to take pride in it. Sometimes I still feel self-conscious because there are a lot of Native Americans who are either what they call traditionalists, who follow the old ways, or Christians who had been, colonized and adopted the Christian point of view, who are against witches. You're in Witchbox? So am I. Hello, Coldbait Copbait 83. Welcome to YouNow. This is your first time. We're doing tarot readings. If you'd like a tarot reading, just ask me an open-ended question. We'll decide which deck to use, and then we can do a reading. You're a gray mage on there. Great. I am White Turtle Rainbow, and I had just updated. I wrote a paper at academia.edu called Native American Witch by Winona Gardner, and academia.edu said that was my most popular paper this last week. It got 16 views in a week, which was pretty impressive because I wasn't promoting it, but people still found it and wanted to have copies of it and read it. And so I try to write something that's very genuine from my experience, something that you can't just get out of a book, but something that is rooted on a lot of truth and element and wisdom and research. So I try to, I read about the artist's way, being a path of love, and I read about the Native American witch because these are topics that are really important to me. Let me see if I can get my profile and I can share it with you. And I'll get the paper. That would be cool because I think you might like to read it. And I'm looking for it right now. I'm pulling up my browser. And going to Google. I like Google. Google's a very good search engine. Thanks. I appreciate that you came my fan. I really enjoy that. Maybe I can find it. I think it's in my email. I'm going to pull my email up. I keep my links. And then I keep them as my signature so that I can have easy access to them, because there's so much social media, and I'm just starting to work on a Patreon account, and so I'm working on a lot of crowdfunding and different ways to raise money, and hopefully I'll be able to meet my goals. It's loading. Okay, so I'm pulling up my email, trying to get the signatures so I can give you some links, because I think you'd liked it. It's slowly coming up. There it is. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get the witch's profile first from Witchbox. And then you can follow me, because I didn't see any place on my YouNow profile to put it, because there's so many, so limited. Okay. I got so many pop-ups coming in. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much room for all the stuff that I want to put on there. So it's Witchbox, which is a excellent resource. It's got a lot of history and culture and connections and events. And the next one is my paper at academia.u on a Native American witch. You did post it in your link? Oh, good. I didn't see that. Thank you, Colbate, for being my fan. This is a Native American witch by Mohican Winona Gardner. And I will put my Tumblr, because I consider that to be my digital book of shadows. And at 2 o'clock, if you come back, I'm going to be putting one together. Yeah, I'm going to be putting one together in front of you guys, and so you can see that. You're kind of interested? Cool. So it's digital book of shadows. So those are my witchy links. And I don't have room to put in my profile because I got my Snapchat and Twitter and then my YouTube channel. So these are some of my other links. Well, it's Witchy Wednesday, and I knew I was going to have a lot of fun with it. I got really excited. I had a great day. There is a NaNoWriMo, the National Novel Writing Month, and I'm writing a Native American witch as a memoir. And I was fundraising for NaNoWriMo because it's a great place to encourage young people all the way through adults to tell their story. So I did some fundraising, and they awarded me a lifetime subscription to a game called For the Words. And it's an online adventure game that rewards writers for writing, and you get rewarded with badges and treasure, and you go fight beasts with writing. It's really interesting. And I had this idea, since I'm a gamer, to screenshot some of my adventures and put it in a video to share with other people to get them excited about the game. And so I approached them and I asked them, would you mind if I made some videos? And they're like, sure, you have my full permission. And then they said, if you want to do a giveaway, and if you wanted to award the person with the best comment, you can give them a free 6-month subscription. I was like blown away that they wanted to help me. And so I was really excited about that. And I was starting to look at the game and how to play it and make it fun and having a good time. And so I encourage people, let me get the game link because you might want to check it out. It's got a free trial on it. And so you would get to explore it. I'm trying to get people interested in talking about it because it's so great to help writers. There. It's an online writing game. It's been out a few years. I just heard about it now. I did not even know it existed. It says more than 59 million words written in search of an adventure. Come for the words, stay for the fun. Hi, sorry. Good morning. You haven't come out of the broom closet for everyone, but I share with those I sense I can trust. Yeah, I mean, I was like that for a long time because I wasn't sure what was I. For years, I thought I was like the only Native American witch. I didn't find any. And then I found a First Nations witch, which is a Canadian Native. And then I found a group of Native witches, and there was like over 600 of them. So then I started to find more of them. I started feeling like, oh, I'm not alone. And it's okay to be embracing powwows and beadwork and fry bread and also tarot cards, ceremony, incense, and black cats. So, oh, thank you for the love with the hearts. Thank you. Okay, so this game is online. I could type online writers game. And it's a free trial and it's fun. I've had so much good time, and they put such detail in the backstory and the world. It had a long history, and all of a sudden it got nailed by purple dust, and so they were fighting monsters, and there was like a turn in their history, and so they're trying to get the balance of the world. Colbate says, I'm more spirit-based, haven't looked into this side before. Yeah, I'm spiritual too. I consider myself more spiritual than religious. Twisted Skittle says, yes, I was shown my path. A friend helped me. That's great you can find like-minded friends. I think that's what helped me. When I was going to the Unitarian Universalist Church on Astor Street in Milwaukee, I loved going there because they have such a freedom exploration of all religions. And not just being on the sidelines and reading a book, but actually being a part of their ceremonies and being a part of the experience. So one day, the organization CUPS, the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, hosted a Beltane ceremony at the Unitarian Universalist Church. So I was there, and we all got in a circle, and they invited me to call in the south door, which is the element of fire. So they gave me a lit candle, and they wrote out an incantation to invoke the fire. And as I stood in the circle, I was like, wow, this is home. It's just like the Native American ceremonies. It's all based on being in a circle, calling the 4 directions, honoring the elements, honoring the ancestors. There's just so many similarities. Now, when I went to UWM and I was in the American Indian Student Services, I learned of a professor that wrote a specific academic paper comparing Celtic culture of the Irish with Native American culture and how similar they are, especially with the clan system. And it was all academically researched and backed up. And I thought, wow, that's great. And then when I was in Waukesha, there was actually a medicine wheel circle where the husband was Celtic. Good morning, Lisa. And we're talking about tarot cards and Native American cultures. Yeah, they're great history. And the wife was Ojibwe, and so they merged the culture within their family. So they would they would sit in a circle, and they would use Native American herbs like sage, cedar, sweetgrass, and tobacco, and they would smudge and pray with the sacred smoke. And at the same time, they had a Celtic drum to call in, the guardians. And so they were blending the Native American tools and spirituality with the Celtic because it was part of their family. It wasn't like, culturally appropriating anything. This is who their family was, a blended spiritual path. So then I used to go there for a couple years, and I was very welcomed because I could, identify with both paths because I have some Irish in me too. And it's according to the ancestry DNA. I come from the Welsh family on my grandma's side, and they were been shown to come from Ireland. She also has Mohican in her, like my grandpa does, and learned about that. We started in tarot, and I was doing Native American tarot. And the conversation went from Native American tarot to witches and spells and whether you should do love spells or not. And then we started talking about family and tribe. One of the members is Cherokee and wanted to know about how to find more of their tribe. And we talked about genealogy and trying to learn more about your history. So it's about spiritual topics in general. Tarot was the icebreaker. If you'd like a tarot reading, I can do one for you. Just ask an open-ended question and I can choose it. We can choose a deck. I have a Native American tarot deck on my app. I have a Robin Hood tarot deck known as the Witch's deck. Oh, you would love it? Great. There's a Romance Angel deck if you have a romance question by Doreen Virtue. There's a Colette Baron Reed. She's got 4 decks online you can use for free at any time, like the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and the Enchanted Map. So just ask an open-ended question and we'll figure out what's the best deck. See, I've got this deck. Richard gave this to me for my birthday. Sure, grab a water. This is a Robin Hood tarot deck and it's sometimes referred to as a witch's deck. And it's got very traditional, what they consider tarot card drawing. And then there's the one that comes on my phone that's from the Vision Quest deck, and it's like merging Native American culture with traditional Celtic tarot kind of concepts. So you'll see like shaman card inside the Native American tarot deck, which I find really identifiable because I have the European side that I identify with, and it connects with my native side because I'm both. And so I try to integrate that so that you have the both histories. And so I find Native American tarot decks good. Another deck that my foster mother was a medicine woman. Her name was Wambly Wasu Wenya, and her name was Hail Eagle Woman. And she showed me medicine cards, which were cards that talked about animal totems. And they teach you the wisdom of different animals. Like one of my favorite is turtle. It's like represents Mother Earth and nurturing and feeling safe, protected by a shell, and a lot of symbolism. I had a vision when I was 16 of the white turtle rainbow that was like a turtle in darkness, and then a light shined down on it, and a rainbow blessed it with rainbow wings, and they flew away from the darkness over the land and water, and then landed on its hind legs and began to dance in a circle. And as the turtle danced, it turned into a woman, and that woman was me. And so what I interpreted that to be is, your situation or problem, you may have a limited viewpoint of what you can and cannot do. You may not see a solution, but always have faith that you have a higher power, power, infinite abilities, and may have a solution that you may not see yet. And just trust that there's something there. So, good morning, Segova. Welcome to YouNow. We're doing tarot readings. Today is Witchy Wednesday, and I thought I would just come out and do a tarot kind of group presentation. I could have put it under Halloween. I didn't see it this morning, so I thought, well, maybe if I just put out tarot, it'd be more direct, attract the people that are interested in it. So there's a lot of history of tarot cards. You may have noticed there's similarities between playing cards, and that's called cartomancy. It's the study of basic cards. And if you take a card and you search it on its meaning on the internet, you can do a reading. Like I used to walk around the neighborhood and I would come across random cards on my path, and I would take them home and I would look them up on the Google, and I would do a reading based on what this message was, like random sign. And so I just kind of always been attracted to that. Hola, muy bien. ¿Y tú? Mi amo es Winona. Yo hablo español muy poquito. I studied Spanish for about 5 years, but I've never truly became fluent. There's a lot of bilingual speakers that can speak circles around me, but I have brothers and sisters that are Mexican and Puerto Rican, so I was raised with the Latino culture as part of my family, and so I was very close. No, great. We're doing tarot readings if you can understand me. We're waiting for Lisa. If somebody else wants to ask a question, we can go first, and then Lisa will be next until she gets her water back. And you can ask a question like, well, what does the universe want me to know? Or what do I need to know today? Keep it open-ended. Questions like yes or no are really not suitable for tarot. This isn't the best kind of question to ask. It's really important to ask the right questions. I'm learning about that and the importance of asking a question because, if you say one thing and you phrase it another thing, you could get a completely different answer. And the intention behind it and what you put into it, it can help and guide you. And so there's been times that I've been conflicted and I didn't want to see a message. It kept reoccurring. And then before you know it, it manifested. And I had a hard time with that. So I'm going to try the Enchanted Map, one for the day. I'm going to jump another deck, and just a general one for all of us. Excuse me again. It is my soulmate, Robert. Right now, I've been talking for a year without being able to say thank you very much and I love you. Well, that's a yes or no question. Let's rephrase that. Like, how will my love life go? And I'll pull up the Romance Angel deck by Doreen Virtue, and we'll pull a card and see what happens. I love the apps. They're usually around like $9.99 on Google Play, and they download to your phone. They're portable. They're easy to care for. If you lose your phone, you can get it downloaded once again. So I've drawn a single card. We're asking you to show you what your love life will be. The card that came up was finances and career, is what your focus of your love life is. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. You flip over the card. It says money and love have historically been linked, and this card points to this relation. The romance angels want to disentangle and you from financial or career pressures so that you may enjoy every aspect of your life, including romance. While work can be a source of heart-opening satisfaction, it must be balanced with such other facets of love, such as playfulness and laughter. You receive this card because you benefit from an infusion of lightheartedness. Call upon your angels to elevate your mood and energy levels, finances and career, and anything else that will bring you peace. So, like you're trying to build a career, and sometimes you think, well, maybe your relationship isn't compatible, or that you have to shift your focus, and a lot of the key is about balance, and people go through tides, and so right after college, I was really focused on career and building a career because I went to Alverno College and I worked really hard on it. And so it was a priority. And then I ended up going back to school for art at UWM, and I took studio art and drawing 101. I'm trying to build my education and broaden it. Keep on reading as well. What do you want me to read about? Hello, Hishame. I think I'm saying that right. Welcome to Witchy Wednesday. I like using tarot cards because they're icebreakers. They get you to look at people in a more deep, reflective way, We just met, and I have a sense of what issues or care that you care about based on the questions you ask. And then the cards kind of shed light on the issue at hand. So that may not have come about if we just talked small chat, small talk. This is kind of like an icebreaker. And that's why I like to carry my decks with me where I go, because then I can do readings on the fly. And when people seem to really get into it, especially around this time of the year when people are searching Nabino Nibursu. Good morning. Welcome. This is your first time on YouNow. We're doing tarot readings. Ask me an open-ended question. We'll decide on which deck to look at, and then we'll look at the answer. We can talk about its impact. Would you like a reading? Hello, Wolf Gamer. We're doing tarot readings. Just ask an open-ended question. We'll decide on the deck to use. You may like the Native American Tarot deck that I recently got. That's called Vision Quest. It's a really good deck, and I've been really happy with it. I'm still learning it, so I'm working with it. But if you want to ask an open-ended question, that would be great. Be sure to like the broadcast, invite your friends, share it, you screenshot it. It helps broadcast. It gets people to come. Thanks for becoming a fan. I appreciate that. Right now, I'm working on my Captain Broadcaster's badge. I successfully had 5 guests yesterday, and I ended up having a whole bunch of views. I'm still working on fans. I still need like 80 fans to get to the next level. Nabanowski, can you get a reading? Yes, you can. Just ask me an open-ended question and we'll decide what deck. Vegan Rambo says, I almost got hit by a car crossing the road watching your broadcast. Oh no, please don't risk your life for me. I was in the middle of the road smacking it to your live stream. Oh my God, please be careful. I don't want anybody to be harmed. That's not my intention. Please be safe. So, is it true that a deck will choose its owner? Like a wand, I guess you could say that. I think there is a spiritual connection between people that use this tool. I think there is a significance, especially if you decide what kind of artwork you're drawn to. There's so many styles with lots of different messages. Well, what do you want to know about? Is there a certain area of your life? Do you care about your relationships, work, your children, your future, happiness? Do you just want something to know for today? Do you want a more extensive reading? We can do a different kind of reading. There's 3 cards, 5 cards, 7 cards, depending on the deck. There's 10, 12. You can do one for 1 card per month for a whole year and do a whole year reading. So it depends what you want to know. It's your call. Thanks, Liam, for capturing a moment. I appreciate it. Vegan says, want to jet back to my place and pop in a Blu-ray? Where are you from? I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've loved card games in general. My grandma and my great-grandmother had me playing rummy at a young age. We'd bet nickels and drink tea with milk and sugar. And, I always thought we had gypsy blood because, they call it Romany. Thank you for, you're being my #1 fan. Thanks for the 400 likes. I got great. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're a young, handsome Australian vegan. Wow. Hello, Winona. Forgive me, I understand little English. I would like to know if we will be friends again. Aries, Roberto, and me. Well, that's a yes or no question. Tarot cards and oracle cards tend to be better with open-ended questions. You may want to try something like a pendulum to get yes or no kind of answers. I don't know if you've ever tried a pendulum. It's a very like yes or no kind of answer. Liam says, would you like to join me in a game of Naughty Twister? Twister is not a game that I play often. Naughty Twister. That's funny. Thank you, Wolf Gamer, for being my #1 fan. It's exciting. It's a good day. I thought, Witchy Wednesday, that's my day. They said make potions, spells, do a seance. I thought, I'm going to bring out my tarot cards. We're going to talk tarot cards today. And at 2 o'clock, we're going to make a digital scrapbook. Not scrapbook, the Book of Shadows, I mean. The digital Book of Shadows using Tumblr. I'll actually show you step by step how to do that and where you can get your information from. And it's free, and it's a lot, there's like several of them already on Tumblr that you can learn from and get inspiration. So 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, if you want to learn how to do that, that's what we're going to do today. 7 o'clock, I want to do more tarot readings and anything else spiritual we can talk about. I've never done like a ritual online. Closest things I've done are prayer circles. Excuse me. Prayer circles, especially when you're fighting like in the mines and granted. Can I get a reading about anything? Well, sure, you can phrase it like, well, what do I need to know? Let me check. What deck do you like? I've had multiple tarot readings and they have all said I have a godlike complexion. Well, I have never had that kind of reading. What kind of deck were you using? So, no, I don't know how to say your username. Nubby, I'll call you Nubby. Nubby, what deck would you like? I have a physical deck. Let's see if I can do the Robin Hood Tarot deck, which is the Witch's Tarot. And then I have several decks on my phone. I have a Romance Angel deck, great for relationships. I have the Archangel Power Tarot by Doreen Virtue. I have Angel Answers, which is an oracle deck. I have Colleen Baron Reed's Enchanted Map, and I have access to her other decks from her website. It says, Liam goes, I've had multiple tarot readings. Oh, I got that one. Some girl was using a deck from the ghetto. She made a homeschool deck? Wolf Gamer gave 400 likes again? Oh my god, I'm making my morning. It's 800. I think that's the most I've ever had in a broadcast. You guys, thank you for the love. Yeah, thank you. The deck from the ghetto. I have a friend that was designing her own deck. She was going to an artist. She was writing her own book. Yay, Liam, thank you for the applause. Thank you. I appreciate that. There are some African American decks that are very goddess based. That was Lena who read our tarots. I exposed her sex tape? What? I don't think I have a sex tape. I would not agree with that. I'm fighting my demons. Welcome, we're doing tarot readings. I wasn't sure. Is Lisa coming back for a reading? She said she was going to get water. Where's she going to get her water from? It's taking so long. Old soul. Yeah, I could say that. Applause from Wolf Gamer. Yay, thank you. Be sure to share it and invite your friends. Do you do free readings? Yes, I'm doing free readings today. Would you like a reading? We can do a simple reading of a single card. We could do a 3 card. We can go out and do a Celtic cross if you want. You became a fan? Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get fans. I'm trying to get my next level badge. I need like 80 fans. So if you can invite your friends right now, that would be great because the more people that I can get fans, the next badge I can get. And I'm working really hard on it. Celtic Cross sounds cool. All right, let's see which ones have Celtic Cross. Take a peek. Just going to take a look. Some cards are designed differently. Each one's got a different setup. Nabi, what? What is your question? Thanks for the 10 likes. Okay, so the Archangel Power Tarot deck is set up for a 12 card reading. Is that what you want? His name is Nabil. Oh, am I saying it wrong? Because I was saying Nabi. I didn't know how to say it. It's so long. It's like Nabil no Nisanavirus. I am not very good at reading these usernames. Sorry about it, Nabil. I was calling you Nabi because I couldn't quite figure out where your name begins and ends. Okay, so Fighting My Demons. Are you interested in an Archangel Power Tarot Celtic Cross? Thank you, Nabil, for becoming my fan. Me too about death, please, and life. Okay, so we're going to focus on Fighting My Demons first, because that one came in first, and then Nabil can be next. We're still waiting on Lisa. Lisa went to get water and hasn't come back. Vegan Rainbow goes, he is my crazy brother. He's off the leash most of the time. Yeah, some family members are like that. You gotta be careful. Okay, so Nabil first. Thank you, Liam. So, Fighting My Demons, what is your open-ended question for your Celtic Cross reading? Nabil first. It's trending. Haha, okay, thank you. Will I get a job soon? That is a yes or no question. Let's try to rephrase it. Like, how will my career go? Okay, let's do that. Now, since this is a complex reading, there is an ability on my phone that I can try to email you to send it. It doesn't always work, but you can get a copy of the reading. I can try to send it if you give me your email address, and I can send it to you. So there's 10 cards in a Celtic Cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. So the first card we're going to go for is to select the card for the situation. Then we select a card for the current challenge. Then the next card is select a card for the basis of the situation. And then the next card is past related to the situation. And then the next card is the present. Then you have the near future. And then your power in the situation. And then the card is effects of people around you. Then the next card is your hopes and fears. And then finally, the outcome. So I'm going to save this on my phone. And this is Fighting My Demons. Welcome, Klaus Plant to 83. It's your first time here. Grateful to have you. We're doing tarot readings right in the middle of a reading right now for Fighting My Demons. If I can type correctly, the little phone. My demons. Saved it on my phone. I'm going to email it. What's nice is when you do get it, it shows the pictures of the cards and then gives you the text. And then you can hold on to it. Ooh, And that's Siri. Don't need Siri right now. It's just entering it in just in case, because I don't want the phone to glitch, so we can save the reading if something should happen. Fighting my demons. Okay. So I'm sending out the email. I'm saving it. It's all backed up. Then we should be able to go forward with the cards. Hello, we are stars. We're doing readings. We're right now doing a 10 card spread Celtic Cross for Fighting My Demons. Wants to know about how their career is going to go. Type it again. Mistype the email address. Going to send it again. Enter it again. What's nice about the phone apps is that they keep a journal. So you can do this for months, like every day pick a card and you can save it and then you can look at over time like a dream journal and then see the patterns, which is a great way to study about your strengths and weaknesses and how things develop over time. Let's try it again. Still. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm putting the information in the wrong place. Forgive me, I'm mistyping. I just want to make sure it's all backed up before I begin the reading, just in case my phone dies. I've had that happen, so from now on, I save it, I email it, and then I go do the reading, and if something should happen, I can always pull it up again. Either I have a copy in the inbox, or it's on my phone, so that it's really good to go. I should do it this time. Cool. All right, so the first card, let's see, what do you see about my love life, after life, or death? Okay, we're going to hold on that question. We're going to focus on finding my demons first. You got a 10 card spread. I just got an email that the reading went through, so there's an email copy waiting to be sent out. I send it to my inbox and then I forward it. That way I have a copy and it's saved on my phone. So we're going to go and do this reading because it's a multiple card readings and there's a lot of layers to it. But if you go through it step by step, you can see the pattern. So the situation is what they call Two of Ariel. And Ariel is a very good angel that works with animals. It says it's important to have balance. Working multiple jobs or projects at once make work fun. That's this pink card. Ariel's really pretty and she's got influence over the animals. It says it's important to have balance. Hey there. We're reading a 10 card Celtic Cross reading. It says you may be working multiple jobs or you have several projects going on at once. Reconsider your to-do list. Is it really necessary to accomplish it all? The key to managing stress is think of ways to make your situation more fun. Look at life in a playful way. You may be having challenges balancing your budget. Be cautious of juggling your finances in a way that causes long-term difficulties. Career choices should be looked at carefully and decisions made slowly and logically. Now there are additional meanings in this card. It could mean going with the flow, making it look easy, and the ability to get by on little money. So that card kind of nails what your question is. You were asking about career, and it talks about your workload being overwhelming and you need to lighten up. So the challenge of the card is the second card, is the Ace of Gabriel. Gabriel is the archangel of God that ended up in the Bible and is known as the messenger. He's also the archangel of creative arts, like writing, and people like authors who wrote books. Like those are really good. It's good to talk, writers to turn to Archangel Gabriel because that's his area of expertise. It is a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. It says a wonderful gift is coming your way. It promises passion, opportunity, and inspiration. This is a time of action. You're called to take up whatever activity motivates you most and makes great changes in your life. Don't hesitate to move forward. It isn't necessary to know every single detail of what comes next in order to spring into action. You may be offered a new job or promotion, or you could even start your own business. Accept new adventures and opportunities with open arms. The additional meanings of the card is a sense of wonder, news of pregnancy or birth, fresh ideas. So since the question was career, and the first one is talking about being overwhelmed and things like this, but the challenge of the card is looking for new opportunities, especially ones that are passionate about, things like business, art, and things like that. It could be the way you're going about it. So that's the way that card goes. So the next card is the basis of the situation. And that's another Gabriel card, the King of Gabriel. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. It says, keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern of others. It says, this is all about the big picture. There's a great deal to be done, but your job is to come up with the grand vision. Leave the details to someone else. You can take risks because you have the experience and know how to do so successfully. Those around you expect and want you to take the lead. Let your enthusiasm and natural charm shine through. Creativity is the key to a successful endeavor. People is as a magnetic and determined leader. People to greatness. Inspirational, generous, forceful, ingenious, dramatic, driven, and enthusiastic. Now with a card like one of the royal cards, like the kings and queens, they can represent like a movement through your life as a metaphor, or they could be a literal person in your life that represents those qualities. So there could be a strong male figure in your life who's very creative and influential that you look up to, or that you can be inspired, like a teacher, a mentor, maybe a parent figure, somebody that is like who encourages you to strive for higher good. So you look at the cards like they're saying workload problems, and that there's opportunities for creativity. And then another card about Archangel Gabriel, which is another creative realm and also a definitive male figure. So you could be looking for somebody who could enhance your career. Go on LinkedIn and see if there's somebody in your network that can open the doors for you, things like that. So the fourth card is past related to the situation. And this is the page of Michael. And Michael's another archangel that's referenced in the Bible. He cuts the ties of cords of things. He's a strong protector. He took out the devil. In one of the ancient artworks that you studied, he was represented on stepping the demon and expelling it. Because he's so powerful, he's often shown with a sword. As a truthful, perceptive, analytical one, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documentation carefully. It's exciting new challenges coming. Life brings you something unexpected, but don't worry, you have what it takes to proceed successfully. Your intellect and ability to discern the truth are the only tools you'll need. Don't hesitate to do research or ask for assistance from those with the right expertise, like someone representing King Gabriel, somebody who has those qualities. So business or legal contracts will need thorough review. So don't sign anything unless you have like an attorney look it over, somebody knows about business law or anything that's really technical. Make sure you understand what you're signing for, like business loans or things like that. And people, because page is representing of a person, can also influence you that way, is a younger person, a student of life who is constantly learning something new. Someone who relies on logic, reason to make his or her decisions, truthful, balanced, and insightful, sometimes unpredictable. The additional meanings of the cards are communicating your plan, important documents, and temporary delay. So it's usually, pages are young, and so there's more youthful cards. They could represent a younger person in your life, a kind of a go-getter that's inspirational, a millennial maybe. So this card is the presence, and so it's another Ariel card, Archangel Ariel. Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job or promotion. It says money, time, or resources flow your way. Your planned new business or career choice will be very successful, and your ability to manifest your dreams is extremely powerful. You may meet someone soon who can open doors for you. Maybe that King Gabriel. Isn't that possible? I better get that email before it scrolls off the page. Until I can copy it. Woo! Try to get it before I lose it. Here, why don't we do this? Because I'm having a hard time copying off the screen and reading. Yeah, your turn is next. I'm going to give my email address. You email me and I'll send you the form. I think that'll be better right now. I'm having problems copying it off the screen. White.turtle.rain@gmail.com. Anybody who wants to be a part of Winona's tribe, send me an email. I'll put you on my mailing list. I've got a Discord chat room, and I just got a server for it, so I'm trying to build connection. And see, laying down long-term financial plans is also wise at this time. Land or home purchases are very possible right now. Additional meanings are a very lucrative idea, a change in job or promotion, a helping hand, bright prospects. So that's a present card. So that's really exciting. So all the other things that were leading up to it, there's like a door is opening and light is coming through and an opportunity is right before you. And it could have to do with that King Gabriel that's in your life, opening a door, influencing an opportunity. So that's I like where this is going. So far, so good. So the next card is the near future. And that's the card of strength. Archangel Ariel. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. It says you have great strength and compassion. The kindness and understanding that you give to others are a blessed gift. However, it is generally important to show gentleness towards yourself. You may see aspects within you that cause you worry or impatience. But every person is a child of God. It is by balancing all aspects of yourself with love and mercy that you learn to exhibit those same qualities to people around you. You are far stronger than you may believe. The situation you find yourself in requires a very soft and sensitive approach. Archangel Ariel can help you stay strong in the face of any challenge. It includes self-confidence, patience, self-control, forgiveness, inner strength, and influence through kindness. And some background with Archangel Ariel, if you don't know about her, She is the angel known for protecting animals, the environment, and those who seek to safeguard our world. Her name means Lioness of God, and she can inspire great courage in the hearts of those who call upon her. Archangel, we're still doing the Celtic cross. We got to finish one reading before we begin the next. The archangel is also known to be an angel of manifesting the essentials of daily life. Call upon Ariel if you're feeling uncertain or experiencing a lack of confidence, and she will help you get in touch with your own inner strength. The card next is your power in the situation. Another female, Queen of Michael. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. You know exactly what to do. The belief of experience at a time for your career rather than relationships. Past experiences have prepared you perfectly for the situation you find yourself in. Wisdom blended with humor makes the task easy to accomplish. Give others credit for good intentions rather than perfect actions. This is the time in life for advancing your career and getting things done rather than engaging in romantic relationships. As a person who has both a brilliant mind and a great sense of humor, someone who has varied and broad experience in life, perceptive, courageous, analytical, cool, calm, and collected. Conclude in faithful friend, wise counsel, and feng shui. We're down to the last three. Effects of people around you. 5 of Raphael. Raphael is the archangel of healing. It says everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. You may be currently focused on a loss, but when the card is drawn, there is something positive waiting for you. Things may not have turned out the way you expected, but now's the time to trust that the universe has something better in store for you. Regret simply does not serve you now. Embrace changes as the guiding hand of your angels, sending you in a new direction with your long-term happiness in mind. Additional meanings include tenderness towards others, a change in focus, the wisdom to reach out to loved ones. The second from the last is your hopes and fears. This is the 4 of Michael. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. It's time to take a break. The situation you find yourself in will not benefit from more action on your part at this moment. Step back. Let it go. It would probably be nice not to think about it for a little while. Resist the urge to challenge those who disagree with you. The key to a successful solution is likely to arise from a meditation or the unexpected epiphanies that come once in a while when a quiet walk. Are you getting enough sleep? If you've been ill, make sure you take all the time necessary for a full recovery. Additional meanings of this card are make time for yourself, take a vacation, pursue spiritual activities, and seek relief from stress. And now the final card is the outcome of all this patterns, is the 9 of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Hello, Haddington Next 13's first time on YouNow. Welcome. I'm glad you could join us. We're doing a reading. We're on to the final card. Celtic Cross is a multiple card reading. It's 10 cards. It's quite intense. A lot of people don't do it unless they get paid very well to do it because it's very time consuming. But I wanted to be thorough for Witchy Wednesday. So it says, be prepared for any possibility, environmental activism. It says, don't give up. Your determination and courage are needed now more than ever. You've come a long way and your work has been important and valuable. Stand your ground and protect what you have created. Be prepared for any possibility. You've already proven yourself and your position is secure as long as you have confidence. You may be tired, but this is the last challenging situation before success comes your way. Sticking with your plans, ability to fight off illness, the environmental activism, and even growing organic foods. So there's a pattern. It was all about keeping recurring about career. First in the past is about dealing with overload and imbalance and work. But there's influences like a strong male, King of Gabriel, the Queen of Michael, that can influence and open doors. There's opportunities and you're present, you have a new energy, but you also need to take care of yourself organically and make sure you have sleep so that you can continue and hold everything together. So overall, the cards, everything was very encouraging, very positive. It looks like bright things are headed for your way, and I hope that you enjoyed your reading. You're welcome. So try and email me and then I'll send it to you that way because I really don't have like a notepad right now to get your email address, but I think it'll be easier if you just send it to me. And that way I'm in your address book and I can just forward the reading. I have the reading in my inbox, so I'll just send it that way. And it's saved on my phone, so if you don't get the email, let me know and I can try it again. I just love these apps. The ability to email a reading, it's all with the graphics and it's all with the overall, especially when you have complex reading. Simple card you can pretty much keep track of in your memory. But when you're doing these complex 10, 12 card readings, you want to, get all the nuances and get all the details. It's great to have. So Nabil, are you ready to ask your question? Thank you, Wolf Gamer, for 290 gold bars, #1 fan, and Liam for 35. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nabil has previously said, sorry, my bodyguards are hectic vegans. Got vegans in the house. I tried being a vegetarian, but I didn't do so well. I ended up having like an iron deficiency after being on it for a year. So it doesn't work so well for me. You think that's funny, Nabil? So what is your question? Oh, thank you. I got your email requesting the reading. I'll forward it once I get off the broadcast. So I just got it. He's typing it now. Great. Thank you for the heart. Lots of love. Yay. Thank you. Like something about death and me in love. Well, what exactly are you trying to find out? Like, are you going to fall in love and then someone dies Are you afraid of that? Is it a fear? Or you're going to lose this current spouse and think you're going to have another relationship later? What angle are you talking about? Is there a better way that you can phrase it so I can understand? Because I'm not very clear on what you're asking. And a lot of times it matters how you phrase a question so that you can get the best answer to your highest good. You don't have a fear. You have died before, but came back alive. Well, yeah, that's a huge thing. So are you thinking that it may happen again? Like if you found true love, you're afraid you're going to lose it because you might die again? Hello, Sari. Since your question is about love, how about we use the romance angels and talk about that? Could you tell or show me something about me seeing death again? You want to do the romance angels. All right. That's Doreen Virtue. She did a romance angels. Close the other one. So what kind of reading do you want? There's a simple 1-card reading, a 3-card reading of past, present, and future, a 5-card reading for situation or concern, and then there's a monthly reading where you draw 12 cards. Each card represents one of the months in the coming year. So it's like an annual reading. It's really great to do an annual reading on your birthday or the New Year's when you're trying to project ahead of what's coming. You know, a lot of people are very reflective at certain turning points in their life, and this kind of meditation can help you, target what you want for your goals. So which one would you like? The 1, the 3, the 5, or the 12? 3. Okay, so we'll do past, present, and future. All right. What do we need to know about Nabil's love life? Past, present, and future. This is the past card, present, future. I'm going to save the reading. I'm going to send myself an email copy. I'm going to address it to myself. Send. All right. Is there a past, present, and future 3-card type reading in another deck too? Yes, there is. A 3-card reading is a very basic, common reading, and I've seen it in multiple decks. It seems to be like a go-to kind of reading. A simple cards, I've seen almost every deck as a simple card. The 3 is also common. So the past has the engagement card. And it's your love life was ascending in the past into a higher level of commitment. Says this card mentions potential nuptials and beginning of romantic engagement. Even if you weren't presently or in the past were in a relationship, the romance angels could say that one was on the horizon. This card usually reassures that soon you choose to release your worries about whether you get married, because you will, or that deep romantic love in which you feel treasured is in the cards for you. The deeper meaning of this card relates to commitment. First, you commit to taking care of yourself, and then you establish boundaries. And then about what you will and won't accept in your relationships and in other life areas, such as career, home, and lifestyle, and so on. Next, you honor your self-commitment by taking decisive action and telling others how you truthfully feel about their behavior. As you commit to yourself, the universe sends you additional experiences of loving commitment, including promise of marriage. So, like, in that, it doesn't always mean like a literal engagement, like where someone gets on bended knees and proposes. Engagement can mean a commitment of some sort in the love realm. So, there could have been a past relationship that was very strong and tied together and very united that could have led down the path. Or there's something that you had already experienced that was very strong in connection. That could also mean that, especially because we're talking about a past card. So we're going to present, and the present is romantic feelings. Oh, you've been engaged 3 times now. Well, see, there's a pattern then. You have a pattern of engagement, so you do actually have a literal engagement in your past, and 3 of them is a magical number, magical 3. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. The stirrings within your heart represent the song of romance calling to you. This card comes to you as guidance to follow the path of those feelings. Perhaps you've met someone who made your heart leap and you wondered whether to pursue him or her. Well, this card says that the answer is yes. Take action by flirting, asking the person out on a date, or making your feelings known. If you've recently been longing for more romance in your life, this card is a signal to take charge. Thanks, Vegan, for becoming a fan. This card is a signal to take charge of making that happen. You can romance. Oh, thank you for the applause. You can romance yourself by, for example, treating yourself to a luxurious massage or a pedicure, buying yourself presents, watching a romantic movie. You can also actively pursue and attract romance. First, you affirm that it is already inside of you. A partner definitely brings these feelings to the surface. However, they were within you as a potential initially. The more you affirm, quote, I am romantically loved, unquote, the more you attract this condition within yourself and through a relationship. Now, in some cases, you'll receive this card as a signal that you are ready for a new relationship. It then guides you to take action, such as being aware of people you meet who may be potential partners, as well as frequently places where such potential partners may be. These would be locations or events associated with your hobbies and interests. So that's good. That's like romantic feelings is a good sign. The future card is getting to know each other. It's got some good artwork. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, a bond deepens. The romance angels are guiding you to create intimacy with your partner by revealing your true feelings, your dreams and desires, and the other innermost aspects of yourself. You discover commonalities and learn new ways of relating. If you're presently in a relationship, this card is a message of healing through honest dialogue. This is particularly true if you've stuffed down feelings instead of discussing them with your partner. Perhaps sitting together with a counselor will give you the strength and support to admit them. Regardless, this card clearly guides you towards holding deep and honest discussions for the benefit of your love life. So like what you revealed to me, you've had 3 engagements. Engagement card shows up. So it talks about that pattern you've had in the past. But you're in the present and you've got these like romantic feelings coming up, and either there's a person that's caught your eye or you're in a position where you're ready to look for love and pursue it. So to take action, which leads to the future of developing some intimate relationships a lot through communication and having deep conversations and revealing true things about yourself, like your hopes, your dreams, your desires. So this is a very promising card. You may not have thought so in the past because you're uncertain about where you were going to go. You've had 3 engagements that did not manifest in marriage, but you're in a present situation or love is speaking to you. It's calling you and your heart opening to it. And the possibility in the future is to have real, intimate, tangible relationships. And that could be very promising. So I have very good feelings about this reading and about your direction, and hope that it works out for you. Let us know. Is there anybody else that would like a reading? Ask an open-ended question. We'll try to figure out which is the best deck to answer that question, whether it's a 1 card, 3 card, 5 card kind of reading. I would like my number. I don't usually give out my phone number, but if you friend me on Facebook, you can call me through Facebook. They have a phone feature for friends on Facebook. I believe my link is on my profile. Yeah, well, that's cool. Thanks, help keeps homie. You're welcome. Just give me your digits. Got Skype? Yes, I do. I'm on Skype. I'm also on Google Hangouts under Winona Gardner. I tend to prefer Google Hangouts. I'm under Winona Gardner on Skype. I hope you guys are finding some inspiration. I always believe that when I do a reading that there's some message even for me. And so I listen very carefully through the pattern of all the readings and how they relate to my life. And there's usually a reason that they're coming forward, and then why people come together and a message can be mutually shared. Nabil says, can you find out when I will die, or will I die soon? Well, that's more of like a yes or no question, a more specific date kind of a question. Tarot cards and oracle cards are great for looking at patterns, shifts in energy, things that are manifesting, like a tide, like an ebb and flow of tides. Pendulums are for yes and no questions, things like that. Can you do my reading? Liam. Yes, Lisa never came back. She was the next one in the queue. She went for water and never came back. So what would be your open-ended question? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you tonight. Please don't make threats like that. Even in joking. Do Liam's reading now. Well, I would like to do the reading. I don't want to be ordered to do the reading. I think I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, and I'm not charging anybody. I have been paid to do readings. I'm sharing my gift freely. So when it comes to his turn, he will get his turn. Okay, why am I so good? Well, that's a philosophical kind of question. I don't know. I don't know if the reading would explain that. It's a weird kind of question. Vegan Rambo goes, sorry, love. Oh, I got a pop up covering up the comment. Sorry, love, you are amazing. Well, thank you for that. That's a nice statement. Liam says, none, let me think. Okay. Like, what area in your life do you care? Do you want like an overall picture, like, creator, show me what I need to know in my life and just keep it open-ended and see what manifests? Or is there an area of concern like career or relationships that you want more focused reflection? Nabil says, when will I meet death again? See, that's a very closed question. There's a specific number that you're asking for. And if you look at the cards, there's no numbers per se on the cards. So they can't give that kind of answer. Again, it's more of patterns, metaphors, ebbs and flows, shifts, energy. If you want a definitive answer of yes or no, a pendulum would get that. It's either clockwise, yes, counterclockwise, no. I think everybody wonders when they're going to go. I mean, my biggest thing about this season is I'm very much into the Day of the Dead that comes from Mexico. I have brothers and sisters that are Mexican and came from Mexico and lived in Wisconsin. And so I grew up with that culture in my house. We shared Mexican food. I was at their grandparents' house. It was part of my family. And so when I was in art college, I had an art survey class. And the professor had a fiber arts professor come in who had just gotten back from Mexico and took a bunch of pictures during the Day of Dead, different textiles, the parades, the decorated graves. And I was just totally blown away and just inspired by the sheer beauty of it, because they say in the Celtic way that Halloween is the time of the Celtic New Year, and that the veil between the spirit world and our world are thin. And so there's a very spiritual connection. They call it Samhain. It's spelled Samhin. It's its traditional name. So if you were to research it, you could find more of the spiritual connections. Halloween has also a commercial type where there's like Hollywood movies and marketed candy and costumes, but there's also a deep spiritual side with a long history and culture that you could learn about. There's a tweet on my Twitter from, can't think of her name now. She works at Circle Sanctuary. She just tweeted the history of Samhain, and you could look at it on my Twitter and get more information. Okay, so Vegan Rambo's question is, how will my music production go? Okay, that's a good open-ended question. Which deck would you like to consult? Would you like the Native American Tarot? Would you like an Oracle deck? Would you like an Archangel Power Tarot deck? We could do Colette Baron Reed's decks, the Oracles of the Wisdom. Do you have a preference? The Native American Tarot. Okay. That one's fun deck. I like it. I'm glad I stumbled upon it. I have a friend who collects tarot cards. He goes to rummage sales and collects them by a boatload. He gets real good deals and he gets a wide variety of them. So he was showing me different kinds he had, and he had one certain type of a Native American tarot deck, and I was wondering if they had an app for it. So I was searching for that specific deck, but then I found another deck, the Vision Quest deck, which is the one I purchased, and it was even better. I like the artwork on this one. It's by Guyan S. Winter and Joel Dozy. Let's see.
Concentrate on your question.
Yes, it talks. It has
clear in your mind. Choose an appropriate reading.
So it says clear your mind and choose an appropriate reading. These are the spreads that come with the Native American Tarot. You can do a 1-card reading, a 3-card past, present, and future. You can do the little medicine wheel tarot deck with the 5 cards, one in each direction and one in the center. And then we've got the modern Celtic cross that we did. It's like a 10-card one. There's a free-form spread. You can just pick whatever you want, any odd number. The present tarot. The voice of your intuition tarot, which is a 6-card reading. The path of wisdom. There's a partnership card. Spread, I should say. It's got 12 cards. You've got comparing choices, new love, going deeper, what will I learn from this, relationship problems, the clue fairy, what am I missing, breaking up or deciding to stay or go, achieving prosperity might be a good one, steps towards financial success. I'd like to do the achieving prosperity one. I've never tried that one. But it looks like, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 cards in that one. Your question is, how will my dreams and aspirations go? Okay, that's Liam's. Well, which one am I doing? Liam's or Vegans? I thought we did. You guys are switching it up. You're both asking questions. Which one am I doing? Liam. Okay, do we agree we're going to do Liam? Okay. And Liam's was, how will my dreams and aspirations go? Okay. All right. It's hard to tell. I don't have a very clear picture. There's little pictures here, but it's not really big, and I don't have my glasses on. All right. So which of the readings sounds interesting to you? The Achieving Prosperity one is closest to what you're trying to get at, but it's a very complex reading, and there's 12 cards. Now that one, I don't know if I can send a reading. I've never used this deck, so I don't see an option to email. Yeah, I don't see an option to email, so I don't think I can do that. A written one, like I can do the other one. The voice of your intuition is actually could be another good one. That one's a 5-card reading. That's probably more easier to manage. In the spread for the voice of your intuition, there's 5 cards. The first card is how to strengthen. 2 is helpful with influences. 3 is hindrances. 4 is what can I learn? And 5 is how to use intuition. Let's go with the second deck. Which one? I had more than one. I had like 6 decks. Which one are you talking about? The 5-card one, that's easy to manage. You want the Native American Tarot cards to do the 5-card reading. The Vision one. Is that my understanding, Liam? Oh, Rambo wanted the native one. Okay, I was getting mixed up. Sorry about that. So you want a different deck. You've mixed this up like M&Ms. Yeah, I don't separate my M&Ms. I just eat them all. You know, it's like Skittles. Some people like pull out one flavor, and I just like eat the variety. I don't like distinguish between the two of them. So, all right. So which deck do you want? Because each deck has a different spread on them. Well, I asked for a question and I got 2 people asking, so I'm like, okay, so which one am I doing? Because there's no way I can like, I have no way to sort you guys. I don't have like a number system where I give you a number so you're the next one. Anyone is fine? Well, I'm kind of curious about the 5-card Native American one. Would you mind? The spirits will guide us. Okay. I want to try out the 5-card one. The voice of your intuition.
When you feel the cards are properly mixed, then press the blue star.
Okay. So we're going to mix the cards. This one actually shows it's shuffling. Let's see if you can see it. So they're shuffling the cards. I'm going to get the blue star now. I'm going to draw the cards.
Tap on the deck to place each card.
So it's drawing the 5 cards. Okay, so we've got the 5 cards. I'm going to start on the left side then.
What can I learn?
Ooh. So the what can I learn cards got like a very painful picture. It's a guy tied up to a pole, and it's called torment. In essence, it's ego bondage, an attachment or identification with matter, greed, possessiveness, envy, fear, inflexibility on many levels. So the inner message is like, look at how you bind yourself and what to what. We keep restless phantoms of our ego desires alive because we continuously feed them with fresh energy. So recognize this bondage and awaken from a nightmare. The outward manifestation is possessiveness is just a form of being possessed. Jump in consciousness from possessing to making use of. Then your material concerns will feel a lot less burdensome. The more you have, the more you have to lose. Fear grows in direct proportion to our accumulations. If you remember that we're all guests on this earth, and that too is for only a very short time, the absurdity of having to have is recognized and allow an inner turn around of 180 degrees to loosen the ties that bind you to the torture rack. Trust that the power of your inner being will bring you what you really need in life. Okay, let me see what's next. Hmm, well, that's strange. When I try to pull up the next card, there's no card. Very interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. Okay, let's try it this way.
Helpful influences.
Ah, there we go. The glitch. Even the apps are glitchy. The helpful influences is 7 of fire, endurance. Let's see if I can see that. It's malfunctioning because of my aura. Okay. The 7 of fire is endurance. It's stamina, bravery, perseverance. It's remaining in the present. It's breakthrough and centering. So the inner message is do not identify yourself too much with problems in your environment. Rely on your inner being's unwavering presence. Use the obstacles in your path as an opportunity to grow in consciousness. Outward manifestation is what matters is staying faithful to your own truth. Now, you stand up for what you believe in without compromises. Stay centered, focused, and allow things to untangle themselves. Your courage is a flame that cannot be extinguished. Yeah, that's the reading. So that's a hopeful card. Yeah, I was a little concerned with the torment card. I didn't even know that was in this deck, so I've never seen that one before. But yeah, that was kind of like a red flag, like, there was something going on there. But the 7 of the fire is more encouraging. So the next
How
card.
to strengthen.
empowered, strengthened. Oh, this is good. So we've got 9 of water, which is joy. I always love joy coming out. And I'm a gladiator. What can I say? So joy, like in the medicine cards, is represented by a hummingbird, and it's a medicine of pure bliss and joy. It's wonderful. So it's an upsurgence of power. It's exuberance, thankfulness. It's great receptivity and freedom. It's experiencing happiness and spreading it. The inner message is shows you're acknowledged for love for yourself and others openly. The gate to a completely new lifestyle opens. Be grateful for what you already have. The power of your joy rejuvenates your heart. The outward manifestation is the joy of simply being alive. It spreads itself in ever widening circles. Let what is arising inside of you take form. Genuine joy constantly breeds more joy. Keep the inner channels open and don't block them again with memories of your dead past. Like that torment card, it represents your past. So don't let those things kind of hold you up in the present and the future. You have to release that and let it go.
Hindrances.
Hindrances. Let's see what this one is. It's the aid of air, interference. See a bird with feathers flying. Looks like a golden eagle. It says interrupted energy flow, inhibitions, being in the head too much, misgivings and worries, stagnant forces, unforeseen obstacles and challenges. The inner message is your brain can't decide for or against anything right now. Relax and let everything that threatens to overwhelm you drop off for a moment. Then see what rises. So the outward manifestation is the situation that demands to be cleared up. But there may be some like obfuscation or a delay caused by like an unexpected outside interference. So you need to detach from it. So it's a wiser step to step back. And then you watch what develops from a certain distance, a safe distance. And that way, the delay will often reveals a more creative solution. And the last card.
How to use intuition. Contemplating the images can help you find the best possible outcome.
So the Son of Fire is the best outcome as that card. This is how to use your intuition. It's courage. It's that passion. It's the creativity and the vitality. It's strength and an urge to become free. It's young love, and it's that impetuosity that may lead to confusion. The intermessage is that the Son of Fire is a powerful, steadily rising force that quickens your heart and compels you to move on. There is a time where dreams come true. So the outward manifestation is with the power of this card, you succeed without much effort. You feel emboldened by a steadily growing confidence in your abilities and just know that you can manifest what you want, that this sweepingly enthusiastic conviction. So, like I said, when I started reading the card and I saw a torment card, I was like, whoa, red flag. There's something going on there in the past that keeps you trapped, bonded, loss of freedom, suffering of some kind. And hopefully, like I had a long history of intergenerational trauma and foster care and trying to deal with my past, and trying to let that go and so that I can be fully present in the moment and look for real opportunities in the here and now. And I get tied to the past of things that I cannot change, that no longer serve me. It blocks my ability to move forward. I could sit in a corner and just feel like a victim and feel like life's against me and nothing ever goes right and things are, it's just going to keep repeating itself because you're focusing on the negative and it doesn't give you the ability to transcend. So even though these images or these thoughts or these patterns can still like haunt you and still, echo in your mind, you can transcend that. And with that courage of fire, that inner spirit, that desire to wanting something better, to aspiring for something higher, can be the leg up that you need to transcend this obstacle that came in the past. It's connected to you. It's part of who you are. It's part of your memory. It's part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the end of your story. There's always this infinite possibilities. The great is full of infinite solutions, opportunities, resources. There's, higher help that can help get you out of a rut or a dead end situation or feeling, then allow true life and love to come flowing back into your life. I know it's hard. I've had to go through many years of counseling, therapy, Native American healing ceremonies, talking circles for years to try to come to terms with everything that I've lost, everything that I've been through, everything that's been difficult in my life. But there's hope. When medicine woman Wambly Wasuinya, Hail Eagle Woman, gave me my name, she gave me the name, Indian name, Morning Star. And she said it was the light shining in the darkness, a sign of hope of coming of the new dawn. And for me, like when I was a certified peer specialist, when I worked at the recovery center for adults with mental illness, or at the crisis line with Community Alliance, is to try to be a message of hope for people that are suffering or going through things. And knowing that I've gone through a lot myself, but I could transcend that and use that personal suffering experience to help have that empathy for somebody else who's going through it too. So there's wisdom in what you've gone through. There's this ability to inspire other people, to learn from those situations and be that light, be that hope to move forward. So I hope, Liam, that's helped you. Vegan Rambo. Yeah, I think he's next. Toss Girl said I will have more kids. Vegan was before you, Toss. If you wanted to wait for after his, you will be next. Lisa was supposed to come back. She was supposed to be second, but she's gone and got water and never come back. All right, so you're the one with the music production. And you also want to do the Native American Tarot. A 3-card Native American Tarot reading. Okay. So past, present, and future.
What kind of insight are you seeking today?
So we're looking at metaphors of time.
And choose a reading.
And we're talking about the musical production.
Press the blue star to begin the reading.
When I first used this, I was surprised it was talking to me. And my other apps are quiet. They don't make any sound. They don't talk. So this is kind of funny. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the deck. And it's shuffling. Mixing up the cards. I will wait. Okay, great. Thanks for understanding. Okay, here we go.
Tap on the deck to place each card.
Got card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. All right, so we'll go with the past.
The past.
We have the 9 of Water, Joy, which was the card that was in the Liam's, but in a different position. So in this case, it was a past situation where there was joy. So like when I was working with Hale Eagle One, she used medicine cards, and the medicine card for joy was a hummingbird. And joy is a certain level, like beyond happiness. It's like it's divine jubilation. It's like, on a higher level. It's that like epitome, and it comes in like surprisingly, or because of a major event or something that is transformative, and can be like for me, I experience a lot of joy being on YouNow because I love the interaction with having an audience and interacting and getting immediate response. When I do a YouTube video, even when I do a live one, there's no audience there, so I'm usually talking alone and I don't get any feedback. But when I come to YouNow, I have some feedback, some direction with a give and take, and it moves forward, and people are more willing to get to know me, the subscribe, and there's a lot more opportunities, and then I can present myself in a way that's more reflective of where I want to go. So they're two different things, and they're both valid, and they both have a purpose. But like when I'm on YouNow, I'm excited. Like I watched YouNow for years and was always in the audience and not on the broadcast. And on November 18th, I finally stepped forward and did my first broadcast, and it was like this overwhelming feeling of upper happiness. It was like more than happy. It was like extreme celebration. So something in the past had elicited that kind of feeling for you, like maybe a birth, a wedding, graduating from a school, maybe a job. There's some significant milestone that invoked a sense of joy. Well, thanks for, wow, 1,347 fans. Thank you. Thank you for inviting them. So let's see. And this is the next card, present.
The present.
Mother of Air. It's a really pretty card. I love the artwork on this one. Let's see if you can see it. She's like right in the middle. She's got like an eagle flying behind her. She looks very serene. It's the essence of self-awareness. It's like self-respect, inspiration, intelligence, confidence, inner strength, clarity, creativity, courage. So the inner message is like the image that depicts strength to be who you truly are. Your self-confidence has like been awakened. Like you're doing music and you're up there and you're asking about how's it going to go. There's something about your mood, your thought, your inspiration, your dream. There is that message of awakeness. There's a desire, a burning desire, a passion, and with it awakens courage to drop the mask off for once and for all. And so then the outward manifestation is you have like intrinsic courage to express yourself with unmistakably clarity and to take your rightful place in life. So now you have music is like an ultimate expression. Music has always been a part of my life. I started with the violin at 8, and then I did clarinet, alto saxophone, Native American flute. Music has been a huge thing in my life. Bands and orchestras, it was my lifeblood, and it seems to be true to you too. There is something about it that's empowering. Now you are recognizing your absolute worthiness. If you honor and take care of yourself, other people will respond in kind. So that is very inspirational. So that's where you are in the present.
The future. Tap on a card to see it close up.
So now you got another Son of Fire. So that was about like the courage. So you have this past and there's joy, but there's also like in this present, this burning desire and wanting to take a rightful place and be successful and have abundance and have a wonderful opportunity to make a real go. And what's future is going to be like about courage, and it's like facing demons, going after an action and facing competition and getting yourself out there is going to take some action and belief in yourself and like working and coming up with a plan plan and executing that plan. I am an artist, and one of the books that I work with is the Brain Business Plan by Jennifer Lee. It's an artist plan. It helps you, for people who are creative. It's targeted to them. Artists, musicians, dancers, all these creative fields. It caters to business plan and talks into a way that creative, right-minded people can understand and process the information and still get the kind of analysis that you need in business. I have a business degree from Mount Vernon College. And a lot of the things that I learned in college was very left brain. Lots of charts, lots of figures, lots of numbers, a very rigid structure. With Jennifer Lee, she's kind of opened up. She's trying to tap into this out of the box thinking and this creativity. So she encourages, like, especially for yourself, obviously when you're going for like creditors and stuff, you want to translate the right brain business plan with very colorful ideas and stuff, translate it into a brain one, because that's what a lot of creditors and loan officers and stuff and bankers understand. But to get that juices flowing, she taps into the natural creativity of artists. So some of the business plans don't look like traditional plans. You do read tarot cards. And would you like a reading? I believe Task Girl is up next, number 2, right after Beacon and Rambo. So you would be 3. And if you don't mind waiting, it's reading. So it's for Witch Wednesday, Halloween. So we're going to do that. Yes, you are. Okay, good. So, if you're trying, see a lot of the challenges, because I'm an artist way facilitator for 17 years, worked with Julia Cameron's books, which overcomes blocks and challenges that artists face. And the number one thing that a lot of artists struggle with is becoming financially successful. And so I've been trying to study more about business, the art of business, because a lot of times creative people don't think like business people. It's like a different part of the brain, a different way of processing, a very left brain. A lot of creative people are very colorful, musical, expressive. So she's encouraged you to tap that. So some of her business plans, examples in her book, are very unusual. Some are on paper plates. Some make jewelry and put their marketing strategy on the jewelry. Other people are using like a folded kind of business plan. And so if you go to the rightbrainbusinessplan.com, that's what it is. She works as a coach for established businesses. They have mentoring programs. They have study you can do. You can get a book. And I like the fact that she's, bridging the gap between being expressive as an artist, but also financially successful. And that's usually a hurdle, is the money issue, the issue of the block of money. Like how the myth of being a starving artist is often like a stumbling block for a lot of creative people, because they're very passionate but not necessarily have the skills or the structure to know how to build success. And so that's a different understanding. So it's like she's trying to bridge the gap between it. So translate, like she'll say, instead of calling it a marketing line, she's called it making moolah. It sounds cutesy and it sounds funny, but it helps, especially for me, because I can go both ways. I can think right and left. She connects the two different ways of doing it. And so you can still be expressive and have something unique. And a lot of the business plans that they have come out with working with her are very artistic of themselves. They don't follow a traditional model, but she does have a chapter in how to translate it into a traditional model when you need money. So anything that encourages artists to be successful, I'm all for, and I love that. So hopefully you get hooked up with those kind of people, business professionals who can help you succeed, but totally can understand and empower right-brained artists to succeed. So to have that like team or mentors or experienced musicians who have already accomplished where you're going, that network and building that up, that would be wonderful. So I hope that helps. It sounds promising. It sounds like there's work to be done, but there's a future in it, taking action and courage. Okay, Task Girl. says, I think I'm really creative because I get massive amounts of B12, which leave my brain pinging. Okay. And then Phi Guru says, I'm Sandeep from India. Welcome. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the Native American way, we call America Turtle Island. So, is this a one-way broadcast? I'm not sure what you mean by one way. Assuming it's just me talking and you're just passively listening. We're interacting. You ask a question, I respond, so it's live and interactive. So I would say it's more two-way. And then Begin Ramesses reading is mesmerizing. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Okay, Task Girl. Still here, hon, just to let you know. Okay, I see you. It's your turn. So what is your open-ended question? What area in your life are you wanting to explore? It could be a general question. What does the universe want you to know? Thank you for that, love. You're welcome. And I have it set up that I also broadcast simultaneously with my YouTube channel. And this video is going to get stored over there. I have it set where it automatically puts it private because I want to edit down my videos. But it should be available within a reasonable amount of time. So if you go to my YouTube channel, there'll be a recording of this. You may not have the written analysis that I did with the other one because that was as a built-in email system. But you should be able to come back to this and read it or, like rewatch it. So hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, Tasco's like, will I have any more kids? That's a yes or no question. A pendulum is more something for that. Tarot cards are very wavy, tidal, emotions, shifts and change. They don't really give definitive numbers. They don't really give specific dates. They're not really into concrete yes or no. They're basically like, are you likely to have kids? Or is it a possibility? Is it a high possibility or a low possibility? Is it, it's kind of like a broad, it doesn't give like specific down to the letter numbers. So what we want to do is we want to rephrase it for an open-ended question so that the cards can give an answer that's reflective of the open-ended question, something that can be reasonably asked. Everything is about the question. It's really, it's like when you phrase a certain question, if you phrase it a certain way and it's very limiting, your answer is going to come back very limited. But if you keep it broad and open-minded, you may hear things that you may not know are there or things that you've overlooked. If you get it too narrow, sometimes you overlook things or it's too rigid. But if you cast the net broad, you can have a wider perspective. So yeah, and this is also a medical question. As my experience that with tarot and oracle cards, they really don't predict medical situations like birth, death, illness. I've never seen it do that. I know there's Archangel Raphael, and there's an Archangel Raphael deck that talks about healing, and so they talk about like that. But like diagnosing a disease or coming up with a specific number of births and when, that's too specific. And I don't think they were designed that way to come up with that answer. So what we could try, let's see what would. Because the thing with motherhood is you can be a mother and not have children at all. There are women out there who are not able to give birth or choose not to have birth, but they are considered very much a mother figure because they're teachers at school, or they're a very good aunt to their nieces and nephews, or they're good to their neighbors, or they're just great with kids. Hi, always thank you for the 50 likes. So when you add about like fertility and mothering and nurturing are very broad abilities that can transcend actual live birth. Like I've never had a physical child, but I've been in situations where I've had to nurture a child. I was a foster mother. So I took in a child who was abused from their family, that needed a safe place to stay and was a temporary situation. I didn't have the child from early on, so you could ask about kids, and maybe you don't have like birth to the kid, but maybe a foster child will come to you. So there's other ways that children can impact you, or you could be a mother. So it's a weird question. So I'm trying to think of what the best way to ask. Okay, could I have more info on my guardian angel? Not sure. Well, the Archangel Power deck has primarily, I think, the top four archangels. They have Michael, Ariel, Gabriel, and Raphael. They have the four. So you could try asking. I'm not sure because there's other cards in there. You may not get that angel or a angel specific because they're general cards like strength. But we could see if we draw a card if an angel comes up. And that might lead to which angel is your strongest ally. Because there's sometimes the angels will be like assigned to certain people with certain gifts. And their specialty is that area and helps empower that person to go to the next level. So say you're a writer and you're working on a book and you really need something of inspiration and guidance and nurturing your creativity. If I were to pick an archangel that would fit the role the best, not saying that Archangel Michael or Raphael couldn't help you, but there's specialties. The angels have like a certain realm that they focus on a lot and have a lot of experience. So they're most likely to help you in that area, and they're the most able to help you in that area. So, like I would say, Archangel Gabriel would probably be the most likely archangel that would be working with you if you're working on a book or creative or something musical or something in that expressive. So, is there any in your life, like are you focused on healing? That would be Archangel Raphael. If you're working on environmental activism or animals, that's Archangel Ariel. If you're working on standing up, cutting ties, power, strength, Archangel Michael. So that you can kind of see a pattern that way. And there's other archangels too. There's like a whole slew of them. But those are the most prominent ones and the most biblical oriented ones and the most popular ones. Like there's Metatron and Jeremiel, and there's like several others. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Welcome to Witchy Wednesday. We're doing tarot readings, different kinds, 12 spreads, 10 spreads, 3. We've got different decks, Native American Tarot, Oracle, Archangel Power decks, Enchanted Map, Colette Baron Reed, Doreen Virtue deck. We're just kind of like going over it, exploring it. It's an icebreaker, like when you're dealing with people you've never met and you ask an oracle question or a tarot question. Whatever that person chooses to ask reflects a lot on their character and what that matters to them most. And then you get a dialogue going when you get the reading, and it gives more insight, and you get to actually know more about the person than if we just went to Starbucks and just started small talking. So I kind of like how it opens the door for a deeper, discussion. Hi, Eltris. Yeah, you're still like right behind Tash. So I'm trying to get her to phrase it because like she's asking a question about fertility and motherhood. And motherhood can transcend actually giving birth. You don't have to give birth to be a mother. And you can have children without giving birth if you're having adopted children or if you're having foster children. So I'm trying to like narrow down what she's trying to ask. Because there's a lot of ways to have kids. Like some people take in their cousins' kids, or their nieces and nephews. There's other ways that kids can enter your life that may not be through birth. And again, what you're asking is a yes or no question. A pendulum is more like that. I can't think of any way of asking. Well, I would try to broaden it up a little bit and just ask in general about your life pattern, and that might suggest what might likely happen. I think the question might be too narrow, and there's a lot of different ways it can be interpreted. It's not going to give you like, oh, you're going to have 4 kids by birth and 2 foster care and 1 adopted. It's not going to give you a list. There's nothing in these cards that have numbers in them or dates or specific timetable. There's nothing in the cards that's going to give that kind of an answer. That's why it's an open-ended question. They give patterns and changes. Like some of the cards do pertain to children. There are children cards in some of the decks. Depends on the deck you pick though. And it depends if that card comes up. And that might imply that yes, you will have the likelihood to have kids that you're envisioning, like a birth to children. That's likely to happen. Or there's going to be something about children in your life. But there's also a chance that you won't get that card. It depends how you phrase the question. You know, you're asking for a number, and the cards are not going to give a number because the answer cards are not written down like 7, 6, 5. You're not going to. There's numbers on the cards, but they're not used to give a number of an answer per se. Like if I draw a number 3 card, it's not going to necessarily imply 3 kids. It's just the number on the card. You could interpret it that way, but okay, where is my life going? Okay, so let's try that. So is there a specific deck that you want to try to answer that question? It says, I don't mean to interrupt, but could tarot cards tell your future? Well, there are people, I mean, they get classified as divination of foretelling the future. And there's people that do try to do it, like Miss Cleo and Jamaican, and she's all up there on the phone lines reading your future. And there's people that do that. But if you listen to like Colette Baron Reed, she's trying to get away from the future telling and using the tarot and oracle cards as a way of self-empowerment. So she's trying to get it to more like higher self and higher evolving and things like that, and move away from divination. So, trying to become a psychic and predict an outcome specific. Whereas she tries to present, like if you go to her group, she has a Facebook group and that you can go in, and she gives her insights on why she designed the cards the way she did, what her process is of reading the cards, how to interpret them, and she gives this whole framework, and she teaches like Oracle School that you can sign up for, and they get more intense. But she has an introductory group that is just people interested in her philosophy and cards and things like that. And so I've been there for quite a while, and she's more about self-empowerment and doing things that help you grow as a person, rather than say, oh, on 2010 this event's going to happen, or 2022 at this event, like coming down with this clear timetable of cause, effect, time, schedule. So like some people are like go to a reader and they say you're going to get married in 10 years, and they'll give you a year and they'll give you an event, and that's more of divination. Whereas Colette Baron Reed, she talks about tendencies of influences and things of patterns and self-reflection and wisdom and things on that nature. So I tend to lean more towards Colette Baron Reed's style of reading. So I kind of moved away of, because I like I said, the creator is infinite possibility, and future's not set in stone. So if you get caught up in the idea that there's a one outcome, you may miss like other solutions and other possibilities and get honed in on that one aspect. But if you look at your future as like open-ended, infinite possibilities, unknown, mysterious, and it becomes more like, because in the Native American culture they call God, some of them call it great mystery, and for me I like the mystery element that it has yet to be revealed. And even when you're asking higher forces and a higher power for the outcome of something, there's always this element around it that something better may even happen. Something worse could happen, but usually it's something of your higher good, like a path ends. Like say you lose a job, and at the time it looks like something very bad and devastating. You lose income and your self-esteem plummets, and you get discouraged and you have to apply for other jobs and the whole process. But then what if happens that by letting one toxic job go, you find your dream job, or it empowers you to open up a business? Then that opportunity is like opened up and it's like transformative. So if you find out, you go to somebody and they say you're going to lose your job and everything like that, it's really negative, it's right down, But if you look at it on a bigger scale, the higher good, and what the good can come out of a door closing, like they say God closes a door, he opens a window kind of thinking. And you see like, okay, the universe wants good for me. It may not look good at the time, but then we get to the point where it's like you have to believe that there is some sense, maybe you not call it God, but the sense of a universe, there's a positive force. You get Star Wars, and you think of things in force, or you think of things of a consciousness, or that there's something loving that cares for you and wants your ultimate good, and have that trust and faith that things will work out even if they look bleak. It's kind of like a philosophy. Okay, that sounds really amazing. Okay, cool. All right, you want me to pick something. I usually just go for something general because if I'm focused hard on like a relationship, I may miss a brand new career opportunity if I keep asking about only a relationship over and over and over again. Like, when am I going to get married? When am I the guy? When am I going to fall in love? If I keep focusing on that broken record and here something's better trying to get my attention, and I keep focusing on this little things, like for the applause, you get focused on like this one aspect and it's not happening, or it's not happening the way you want. Sometimes you keep your eyes down, you've missed something that's on the horizon. So yeah, I usually go with something general, like what does the universe want me to know? That way, if there's something I'm not seeing, or something's not on my radar, or something new is coming I'm not even aware of, I get permission to come into my life. I open the door and just kind of cast the net wide and see what I catch. So, do you have a preference for a deck? Thank you, Trisha, for the thumbs up. Do you want the Native American deck? Do you want an angel deck? Do you want one by Doreen Virtue? Do you want one by Clip Baron Reed? Is there some aspect that draws you in? Like, I have a preference for the Native American Tarot deck because I enjoy a lot of the Native American philosophy. I have a passion for tarot and a passion for Native American culture, and I like the fact they're blending them together because that's how I've merged in my life. I got a pop-up blocking your comment. Let me move it out of the way. Where is my life going? And angle. Okay, so that's two questions actually. So I'll just say like, where is it going? And let's just see if an angle shows up. Instead of trying to get it, where's it going and an angle. Try to pick one, and if it'll reveal itself. I like to keep things broad and not ask too many things and just keep it simple. So, okay. So is there a deck that you have preference over? Oh, angel. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought she meant angle, like what angle things are going to manifest. I thought she meant that. Okay, angel. Thanks for the clarifying that. That's okay. That helps. That makes a big difference. So here's your choices. We've got an Oracle Angel deck called Angel Answers. And we have a tarot deck called Archangel Power Tarot deck. Would you prefer an Oracle deck or a tarot deck? Thanks for becoming a fan, Evan. Great. Tarot decks have like a much more structure. There's like a major arcana and a minor arcana, and there's usually 4 suits. Number 2, the tarot. Are you talking about tarot? And the oracle cards are usually broad concepts. Okay, so you want tarot. Okay, we'll go that. What number of card reading do you want? There's 1 card, 3 cards. Let's see what else is on there. Each deck sometimes has a different pattern. We've got a simple reading, which is a 1 card, a past, present, and future reading, which is a 3 card. We have a situation or concern, which is a 5 card reading. We have a 10 card reading with a Celtic cross. And then there's the mega reading, which is a 12 card one. And it's one for every month. And that's usually great for like when you're hitting a turning point in your life, like a birthday or a New Year's, when you're like looking at the past. Okay, we're going to go for situation or concern. So the first card I'm drawing for is a current situation. And then the next is your expectations. And then hidden influences, an advice card, and then the final outcome. So I'm going to save it as Task Girl. And then I'm going to email it to myself. And if you get my email, you send me an email, I can email it to you. It doesn't always work, so I can't guarantee it. It's been glitchy sometimes, but usually it comes through. Azure Gmail. I like to do this before I do the reading because I've lost readings before and I always feel really bad about it because I feel like I'm losing a message. So I make sure I record it first and send a backup by emailing it out. That way it's recorded, and if there's some kind of, like if I lost signal or something, my phone dies or internet drops. Okay, let me give you my email. I'm having a hard time collecting email addresses from my end because I don't have a notepad. I'm going to give you mine. If you can email me, I'll forward it to you. It'll be easier for me to do that. And then you can join Winona's tribe and I can keep in contact and I can hopefully get you guys to my private chat and things like that. We can keep an ongoing communication because I'm trying to build my email list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that looks good. Well, you have a wonderful day. I'll be talking to you later. Okay, Mike, I was glad you could stop by. I'm sorry I didn't have time to get to you for a reading, but I'm coming back at 7 p.m. Central to continue. So if you want to try round 2, and depending how many people show up, hopefully you'll get a shot at it if you're still interested. It's Witchy Wednesday, and so I thought I'd do something I am very passionate about, tarot cards. Bring your friends and something. I don't really do seances. I'm not into a Ouija board. I thought, what is witchy? Well, tarot's always been kind of witchy for me, so I decided to do tarot readings. So I thought that'd be fun. So yeah, be sure to come back. I've been having a couple technical difficulties. So if I'm not there promptly at 7, just kind of hang around. We'll keep an eye out because I'm usually there within a reasonable 10, 15 minutes. Because sometimes the computer, I have to reboot or the internet's funny. So have a good day and hopefully I'll see you again at 7. If you're interested at 2 o'clock, I'm doing a demonstration on how to do a digital book of shadows and put it on Tumblr. I already have one. I'm going to show you how to set up one from scratch. And I'm going to do it online so you can visually see the process. Great, you sent the email. I'm glad. So I'm going to keep an eye out for it. Hopefully it'll work. If not, there's always the video. Once I edit it down, it'll show up on my YouTube channel, so you'll have the video at least. So hopefully that'll work. Keep your fingers crossed. It's a nice tool when it works. I've seen a lot of people were very happy to get Because when you get the email, if it reaches the person, it has the pictures of the cards. And I'm trying to show you the cards from the phone. And it's kind of hard to do on the webcam because they're on the phone. But yeah, you'll see they should show it in the report. So, okay, sounds great. Yay! This is fun. I'm enjoying myself. I like to get to know people on their more intimate sides. You go beneath the surface of small talk and get into the deep issues. Okay, so you want the Archangel power. All right. So here we go. Here's the current situation. Queen of Gabrielle. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Says you may not fully grasp how wonderful you are, but those around you definitely see it. It's time to believe in yourself. Your kind eagerness to help others in their lives will attract people willing to do the same for you. A very charming person whom everyone likes. It usually represents somebody who's able to balance all aspects of his or her life with ease and grace. Passionate, independent, friendly, beautiful, popular, busy, confident, brilliant, and unwavering. And other meanings, it can be following through on advice you receive and going after what you want, experiencing excellent health. So like I was mentioning before, you have the royal cards, the court cards with the queens and kings, they have a dual meaning. It can represent that metaphor, that message of what it represents. Or sometimes it can be a literal person in your life that represents those qualities, a mother figure, a grandmother figure, a mentor work. So there could be somebody in your life that has some influence or a power or somehow a major role in your life. So kind of reflect on like how would that fit. So we'll look at the other cards and see how that connects. So that sometimes can reveal what you're going on. Let me fix this. I got so many pop-ups. This one's just sitting there. It won't clear. Okay. On the phone, these are tarot and oracle apps. You can get them at Google Play. I paid like around $9.99 for them. Some are from Doreen Virtue. Some are from Colette Baron Mead. And they're like tarot cards. Like I have a physical deck. It comes in a box and it has cards. But there's also digital ones that are easy. It goes on your phone. You don't have to worry about losing a card and that you can carry it around. So I'm kind of switching. Like some people want this and some people want that, the variety. So I'm using both. And I'm doing Task Girls reading right now. We're in the middle of it. So if you're interested in the reading, Task next. And I think you're next. It's kind of hard. I give you guys a number system. Okay, so the next one is your expectation. It's the 10 of Michael. It's a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. You probably saw this time coming and it has been welcoming it. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. It's possible that you'll have a sense of sadness. But this card more often brings with it a great sense of relief. If you have been struggling, the worst is over now. Let go of what you've been holding on to. Have faith that your angels will walk with you into beauty of a brand new dawn. Some additional meanings are like pushing too hard or putting the past behind you, freeing oneself of dependency. So there may have been like something a stumbling block, or something going on. So the next card is Hidden Influences, and it's a solutions card. And this is another archangel that's not as common, but he's an archangel. Archangel Zadkiel. It says success that comes from objective compromise. It's self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So Archangel Zadkiel is working with you to find perfect balance. See, the key to success right now is like in moderation, and it's like in compromise. So if you're feeling like stressed out, this card counsels you to take deep breath and then ask your angels and guides for assistance. So there's self-control and there's patience are called for in order to create like the successful outcome what you're hoping for. So that's like, it goes on to say, you should really consider the ideas of others and you try to see their point of view, because diversity of thought can bring forth like the strongest possible course of action. Reconciliation of like opposing viewpoints is very likely now if you approach all parties with a forgiving and fair attitude. The balanced approach and perfect orchestration and creative solutions through compromise, healing energy. So like the last card is like something was holding you back, but you're going to be able to get over it through, like compromise and forgiveness. So whatever was struggling, there's a way out. And then your advice card. Welcome, Ed Kraken. We're doing tarot readings. It's Witchy Wednesday. I brought out my witchy tools and I'm sharing them with you guys with free readings. And we've gotten as high as a 10 card reading already. It's a big, intense reading. But yeah, I'm doing it today and this morning and at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time tonight. 2 o'clock, I'm doing digital Book of Shadows, and how to do them online through Tumblr. So the next one is 8 of Ariel. It's the advice card. It says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. It says the energy and effort you put into your work financially supports you and also feels very rewarding. If you're considering changing jobs or careers, it will go very well. There is great motivation to be a success, and your willingness to invest in your long-term goals will pay off. There is so much to learn. This card often indicates job training, going back to school, attending seminars or creative classes. A choice you need to make might benefit from more research. So, a lot of times this card indicates students, artisans, practice makes perfect. That's always good. I know Alverno, when I went to school, they always wanted to focus on being lifelong learners. I always welcome anytime I get to learn, whether it's an online class. I took a life purpose class online with Doreen Virtue and her son, and it was a really eye-opening experience. Okay, so the outcome is 7 of Gabriel. To stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, claim your personal power. It says you must stand up for what you believe in. It's important to confidently defend your actions, even if you're in the minority. It says your beliefs are right and you must stand your ground. Have the courage of your convictions and pay close attention to what's going on around you. You may need to say no to people in power in order to look out for yourself or for those you care about. There is an opportunity to learn a great deal from this situation. Ask yourself if this challenge is purely with those around you or if it might be an internal conflict that has manifested for the purpose of helping you grow. Other meanings can be claiming your personal power, determination, and being an advocate. So I know you started the question very narrow about fertility and specific numbers about children. I don't see anything in the reading about family or spouse or anything about children. What I am hearing is about opportunities and education and career, a lot of those kind of things. So perhaps there's this shift in your life where those issues are going to come to the forefront and kind of look at that aspect of your life, that maybe there's something coming down the road in those realms and that you can look forward to that. Because it's not the first question. I didn't get a clear answer or an indication about children. Like there are children cards in some of these decks and none of them appear. So when we broadened it, it started talking about other things that you hadn't mentioned. So perhaps the universe is trying to tap on your shoulder and get your attention for other ideas. So I hope you enjoy your reading. And I'll send out your reading once I get your email, once I come offline. Is there anybody else? I've been on for 3 hours, so it's been quite a while. Got 944 likes, which is awesome. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I hope that helped. It may not be exactly what you were looking for initially, but I'm hoping it kind of, opened your eyes to some other possibilities that may be coming into your life that are positive. Hopefully. Okay, Ali Trish, what is your open-ended question? Basically asking, like, do you want to ask the universe what you need to know? Or is there a specific part of your life that you want to inquire about? Okay, so we have a love question. What could possibly happen on my love life? How about, because that's a little bit sounding closed, we open it up to like, what is the possibility of your love life? Let's see. Because you're asking what could possibly happen. You want a specific event. If you say how your love life will possibly go, it leaves it open into interpretation. So you're not trying to get a date or an outcome or a marriage or an engagement, a specific event and a date. You're trying to get like a pattern, like where your life is flowing. So let's try a Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. Because that tends to gravitate towards relationships. And that works well. Now, what kind of spread do you want? Do you want a 1-card reading, a 3-card reading? Do you have a nice idea? I'll go over them with you when I get there. There's a 5-card reading for a situation or concern, and then there's a 12-card reading for 1 card every day or every month throughout the year. And I'll read it again. It's a 1-card reading, it's a simple reading. A 3-card reading, which is past, present, or future. A 5-card reading, which is a situation or concern. Or a monthly reading, which is a 12 cards. 3-card, okay. So we'll do past, present, and future. All right, so we're drawing up the past, and then a card for the present, and a card for the future. I'm going to save it. And that's Allie Trish. And then I'm going to send a copy to myself. That way I know it comes through. I can actually see it come through. Okay, so it's saved and then the copy's been sent. And I'll give you my email address. And it doesn't always work. It's not a guarantee. But if I can, I'll try to email you the reading. So I'll give you my address right now. Send me an email. I'll forward it to you. That's probably the best way to do it because I don't have a notepad to get your email. That's having a hard time trying to do it in that way. Okay, so there's the email. Join Winona's tribe. All right, so the past is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. The romance angel sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect. This is especially true if you tend to date like a certain type of person. And then you drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you have already been introduced to this person but have overlooked his or her romantic potential. So you take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet. Even if there isn't an initial attraction, you will at least learn more about yourself and you may make a new friend. So, for whatever reason in the past, there may have been somebody who would have been potential like romantic interest, but for whatever reason they're not on your radar because you might date a certain kind of guy and they don't match it, or if it's a woman that you're interested in, like a female partner or something like that. Like there's something about this person that you are not thinking romance with, and yet that may be the one that would work out. It's just the way you're looking at it. Like you have an idea or a dream of what a true love or a prince charming or princess charming would be, but the person that's showing up on your doorstep is maybe the opposite or is not somebody that you would normally look at that way. Maybe they're down to earth, or maybe they're very homey, or maybe they're very, talented and creative, and maybe you're like somebody is more athletic, or, there's some quality or something that's blocking your ability to see the potential. So that's what's been going on in the past. Let's see what the present has to say. So the present is express your love. Thank you, Simone, for becoming a fan. It says go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And this is your present card. This card urges you to take the initiative in your love life. That may mean contacting someone to whom you're attracted and asking that person out on a date. It could also mean sending flowers, texts, or gifts to your beloved. Now, as you express romance, these feelings pour through you. You actually become the biggest beneficiary of your romantic displays as you enjoy how they make you feel to even a greater degree. The more you give love, the more you experience it. And of course, do make sure that you're also open to receiving the love that you comes to you from the higher power, the angels and other people. So there's your future. And I got the card, this could be the one. It says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Perhaps you're already in a relationship with him or her, or the romance angels sent you this card because it seems you're not recognizing or enjoying the full potential of this person in relationship. Sometimes you may overlook someone who's meant for you because you have a different idea of what your partner should or act like. Like, take a moment to consider who this might be. The first person to come to mind is probably the one. Now, next, you invite the romance angels into your dreams. You ask them to give you clear information about your romantic partner, either in your present relationship or future one. And during your sleep, you're more open to like angelic guidance. So when you awaken, you may not remember your dreams, but you'll have a clear sense of romance and you'll feel called to base on your inner guidance. So even if it seems like totally unrelated to your love life, that trust that the angels are leading you toward the one you desire. So there's two cards that came up that were saying you're overlooking something about somebody in your life, that there's a message that that person's in your life currently, it's an acquaintance, it's a neighbor, it's somebody that you've already met, but there's some reason, there's two cards that are mentioning like you're glossing over it. So, maybe take a look, an inventory of the relationships that you do have in your life, whether they're acquaintances, friends, and just kind of look at, see who's all in your life right now. Realize it. Just kind of take an inventory and just kind of get a big picture of who's participating in your life, and that might point in a direction of where this could lead. Because for some reason there's like blinders up that it's not obvious for you for some reason, whether it's you're blocking the person, like maybe they've already approached you romantically and you just didn't catch it. Like sometimes there's people who are in love with quiet desperation, who long to be with people, but every time they attempt to make a romantic gesture, it's not well received or it's not well executed. So there's still that longing phase. Like maybe they really admire you and really respect you. Maybe they're thinking of you in that way already, but haven't been able to bridge the gap and actually come out and say it. Or maybe they've tried and feel a little shy about it. So there's something there. So they may be already on that romantic page and it's just kind of like an awareness, you know? Uh, okay, what did you say? Sumek. Hey, are you a PSHYIS reader? Do you mean psychic reader? Is that what you're asking? I'm a Native American witch. I'm actually enrolled in the Stockbridge Monthly Band of Mohican Nations. I'm Native American. And I've had a long history with spirituality. When I was 16, I wanted to be a medicine woman, so I became a medicine helper on the path to being a medicine woman. But then I saw how they were discriminated against by other men and were put down, and it wasn't very respectful. I kind of got turned off by that. So I was searching, and I went to the Unitarian Universalist Church, which was very open to freedom of exploration of any religion and was very supportive in promoting education. And so they would have opportunities where you could participate in religious practices of other people in kind of like a very hands-on educational way, instead of just reading a book about it or a paper or sitting on the sidelines. You could actually stand in the ceremony and be an equal participant. So like the Cups had a group there. It was the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, and they hosted a Beltane ceremony, which is a ceremony that happens around May. And so they got together and did a circle. And so I was invited not only to stand in the circle, but to actively participate and call in the South the south door, which is the fire element. So they gave me a candle with a flame to represent fire, and they gave me an invocation to call in the flames, which I read. And what was amazing for me was that the feeling of, so I've been in a lot of Native American ceremonies, and being in a belting ceremony had that same element, being in the circle, calling the four directions, honoring the ancestors, things like that, the elements. There was so many parallels that I was comfortable in either one. So I started to open up my mind and explore it more, and I found myself being friends with witches and being close to those kinds of people. And then all of a sudden I decided to identify more with that. I didn't know a lot of Native American witches. I found one in Canada one time. It was a First Nations witch. And then I found a group of over 600 Native American witches. So there are those out there. So I wasn't alone. And I thought I was alone for a long time. So it was hard for me to present myself as being a Native American witch. And I know when I was younger, my mom took me to a psychic fair with my sisters, and we went to a numerologist, and she did all our numbers and said our family is very strong in psychic abilities. But I kind of consider myself a psychic. I don't use that label. I believe I'm spiritual, and I'm very intuitive, and I believe in using a tool like tarot cards. So I'm tapping into that. Hello, Yasena. Welcome. We're doing tarot readings. It's Witchy Wednesday. Happy Halloween, guys. I hope you're having fun. It's one of the challenges that YouNow put out. It's your first time at YouNow. Well, welcome. Is it Yugasic? Welcome. I'm glad you chose to come to my channel. I'm glad. I've been on here for over 3.5 hours doing free readings of various kinds on romance and general relationships, on careers. We've tried different decks from different creators, wide variety. It's all documented. My channel is recording. Happy Halloween! My channel is recording this, so if somebody wanted to go back and get their reading from the video, it should be available hopefully within a week or so. I've got to edit down. Can you say something to me? Okay, Yesenia, I am saying something to you. What do you want me to say? And from where are you? I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the United States. Where are you guys from? Oh, we got 10 people in here. That's cool. We're number 1 on the tarot room. So far, I don't think anyone's thought of doing the tarot room today. I am from I'm not sure I understand that. I am from NO. I'm not sure what NO means. You mean Norway? New Jersey. Oh, okay. NJ. New Jersey. Okay. Massachusetts in the house. Hey. Sorry, silly phone. Okay. Yeah, I've had technical difficulties today too. Matter of fact, there's a phone ringing here. Some of the landline's going off. I'll take one more reading and then I'm going to end it. Usually I don't like being on more than an hour because a lot of people on YouTube don't want to sit through a 3-hour video, or else I'll have to edit it down to smaller chunks. So usually I try to get it to an hour and then end the broadcast. But people kept coming and entering the room and liking and thumbing up and everything. So I've been around. But I'm gonna do one more. And I see Yesenia saying me. So okay, if everyone's all cool with that, I don't think there's anybody else in line. I don't want to step on any toes. A lot of people have been coming and going. Okay, so there's one more reading. What is your open-ended question? What exactly do you want to ask? You can say, universe, great creator, show me what I need to know. Keep it broad, very general. Let the cards and the guidance lead you to what you need to focus on. Or if you have a specific area in mind, like romance, I have a romance angel deck that's very targeted towards romance questions. Show me what I need to know. All right. So I have a Robin Wood Tarot physical cards. And then I have on my phone and an app, I have a Native American Tarot. I have Archangel Oracle, Archangel Power Tarot. I have Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map, plus I have access to her other decks online, like the Wisdom Oracle. So we have Colette Baron Reed or Doreen Virtue. We have tarot decks versus oracle decks. There's the Native American tarot deck. Is there one that you have a preference? Hello, Lobo. Not really? Okay. Would you mind if I just went with the Native American tarot deck? Because I really like it and I would like to learn to use it more. I like the practice. Okay. So what does the universe want you to know? And it's a really pretty deck. It's a Vision Quest Tarot. Let's see if I can get the beautiful imagery. Peaceful Native American woman with a swan on the cover.
What kind of insight are you seeking today?
How about a past, present, future? Would that be good? A 3 card? All right. Metaphors of time.
Shuffle until the cards.
Hello, Angela Bukemo. We're doing tarot readings. It's Witchy Wednesday. I've decided to pull up my tarot decks. I've been getting readings for the last 3.5 hours. I'm doing a reading for Yesenia, and she's asking about what the universe wants to show her. I'm using a Native American tarot deck, which I just picked up. It's actually a really beautiful deck. It's called a Vision Quest deck. We've got Archangel Power Tarot decks, Archangel Oracle decks, Colleen Barrett Reed's Enchanted Map. There's a wide variety.
Tap on the deck to place each card.
Okay. Drawing the cards.
The past.
You got Mother of Fire. See if I can show it to you. Very strong woman, lots of courage. So the essence of a Mother of Fire is trusting yourself. It's pride, authority, strength, courage, it's certainty, power to compel and succeed. It's passion, and it can be sometimes arrogance. And then the inner message is genuine maturity is like a lifelong endeavor. And as you remember your inherent strength, as you get ready to take your rightful place in life, this inspires the people close to you to further develop their own trust in themselves. So the outward manifestation is your growing faith in your own path, and your personal development is yielding rewards in many areas of your life. And by sharing your experiences and radiating your trust in your abilities, you reward yourself and others too. So it sounds like you're like a good role model, good leader, nurturer. You've already demonstrated that in the past. So the presence is the balance card. So it's about looking within. And so you have the stillness and the equilibrium, and you're refraining from choosing. You're just merely at a point of waiting, not insisting on anything or change or transformation, but just kind of like recognizing illusions, kind of like in that middle ground. So the inner message is to like step back and like look within. And your inner being urges you to shift from doing it to just letting it be. So consciously you're letting go. And so it's the key to like basically all wisdom. So the outer manifestation is like you make room in your life for a review so that you can like clearly see you need to be still and look inside. And it's in your best interest to wait and just be very patient with yourself right now.
The future. Tap on a card to see it close up.
So the future is the Eight of Air, and it's an interference card. So there's something coming up in the future. It's got it looks like a golden eagle with feathers flying everywhere. So it's interrupted energy. So there's like inhibitions, or there's like you're thinking too much in your head too much, or misgivings and worries, or stagnant forces, or unforeseen obstacles. Hey, Darwin 15, welcome to YouNow. I'm glad you could join us. We're doing tarot readings. We got oracle cards, archangel cards. We've got tarot cards, oracle cards from Doreen Virtue, oracle cards from Colette Baron Reed. I'm doing a reading for Yesenia, and this is your future card. It's like your inner message is your brain can't decide for or against anything right now. So just relax and just let everything that threatens to overwhelm you just drop off for a moment. So then see what arises. So outwardly, a situation demands to be cleared up. There's something going on in the future, but there may be like something blocking it or delaying it, something out of your control. So you might have to like detach from it. It might be wiser to step back and not to do anything like proactive and just kind of be more reflective, and then just kind of watch, just kind of from a distance. And a delay can sometimes reveal a more creative solution and end. So you've got this as a mother of fires in your past. You've already demonstrated great sources of leadership and nurturing and being that wonderful role model to people and others. And so you've proven yourself with these great qualities. But in the present, there's something that's going on either now or in the near future that requires you to balance your energies. So instead of trying to worry about a situation, overthink it, the keeps two of the cards are saying to step back, let go, just trust in the process that not everything is going to be within your power. Not everything is under our controls, and it's okay. It can be scary. I mean, often people want to be in control and will, be controlling to get that. And sometimes there's just things that are happening that are unexpected, unpredictable, or that are caused by other people. And so there's no way that you can anticipate what your next move is because it hasn't happened yet, or you just didn't see it coming. So for you to help it yourself in the future, because something's like going to manifest more, that's going to stop the flow, this interference. When you get kind of like resistance, sometimes you just don't, like plow ahead. Hey, Ashton, good morning. We're doing tarot readings. We've been here we're going on almost 4 hours. Just wall to wall tarot readings, all different kinds. So yeah, I mean, like, it's things are gonna happen. They're unavoidable. Even, like I do readings and stuff, but that doesn't mean that I see everything like clearly, because from reading for another person is different than reading for yourself, and I practice doing both. And sometimes it's easier to be on the outside, read a card, and get your intuition on somebody you just met or you've worked with. Hey, thanks for inviting 532 people to the broadcast. Sometimes it's easier from the perspective to be on the outside looking in. But when things are happening inside you, and you're dealing with inner fears or blocks or things like that, it's harder to read because you're not as objective. So sometimes it helps to get an outside perspective to just look at it. So you may not have been aware that these things were happening. It's kind of like a mirror. Like I hold up a mirror so that you can see from another angle, and then you can adjust your course because now you have another set of information to work with, more than just what your limited capacity to take the senses in. And I need people to point things out to me too. I mean, just because you're a reader or you do tarot card or oracle cards doesn't mean that life's perfect and that 100% what's going to happen too. It's like when we do things like readings for people, it's like we open up a dialogue, and we, as a group or as a couple of people working on a reading together, like there's things that you say that help guide my reading, like the kind of question you ask, what the area of the question is. If you've given any other kind of information, it helps frame the answers or where the solutions would lie. So it's, it guides it. Whereas when you're in your head and you're worried and stuff, your perspective can be skewed. So you may not see things accurately. It's easier to apply it to other people sometimes because you're an outside observer, and so you can work it that way. But when you're trying to apply it in your own life, and that takes practice to see within yourself and be accurate. I mean, a lot of people will, turn to other people, mentors, things like that. You're trying to change clinics where you work at the same company. Work, yeah, that can be like I'm wanting to write a book, and I'm writing a business plan, and I'm trying to deal with the business plan and develop my book idea all at the same time. And it gets overwhelming because I have a lot of fears about running my own business, taking a chance on my creativity when so many people say, well, it's not going to work, or it's risky, or you can't make money off of it. So there's a lot of negativity. And so a lot of times, I get worked up, trying to, like each day there's a set of things that I'm working on. And sometimes I feel like no matter how hard I work, there's always more things that got to get done or new problems that appear. And it's just overwhelming. So work can be a huge source of stress, especially if you work full time. That's a significant amount of your time in a week. And, trying to work with a larger company, especially when there's decisions coming down from the top and you have really no say, or there's like a lot of new head up people and they're making changes. That can be scary. And so hopefully things will work out. So I'm hoping for that. I'll be praying for you. Hello, Nellie. Where are you from? Well, like I said, oh, thank you for everything. You're welcome. And like I said, I'm recording the video. Hopefully it'll be available within a reasonable amount of time. I still gotta find a good editor and work on my videos, because a lot of these broadcasts are going 3-4 hours, and a lot of people on YouTube like small videos, like 10-minute videos, and so they're not gonna sit through a 3-hour video. So I gotta process all the videos and get them down to small clips. So hopefully it'll be available. Thank you for becoming a fan. I appreciate it. Well, I've enjoyed my time. I didn't expect to be on for 4 hours. My initial goal was an hour, but people kept steadily coming in and asking questions, and so it was a nice stream of questions and people. But I'm glad to have 948 likes. We're #1 on the tarot chart. I'll be here at 7. My plan is this. At 2 o'clock, I'm planning to come on and do digital Book of Shadows on Tumblr, and like how to set it up. Like, how do you set up a Tumblr account, and how do you do a page and stuff like that, and get, where do you get your ideas from, and how to build up your audience and stuff like that, and where to get the articles and how to organize it, that kind of stuff. We talk about that. And then at 7 o'clock, since I'm really passionate about tarot and I really like to get into it, I was thinking of, doing it again at 7. I'm really the kind of person that does seances or spells or, Ouija boards or anything like that. But I'm really passionate about tarot because I like it as an icebreaker. It really gets you past that strangers and small talk level and really starts people opening up, telling you, of all the questions in the world, what's the most important topic for you? And that can reveal a lot about people. And then the cards also reveal information. So we're having this like deep conversation, and we just met. So you get close to people like that, they move your life. And I may never see a lot of these people again, but for the moment they are here, a part of me is part of the reading. There's a reason the universe is telling me this message through other people. So I'm going to thank you for allowing me to read for you. And I'm glad that you liked it all. Thank you for Wolf Gamer for 290 bars, and Mike San for 35. And I'm going to end the broadcast because it's almost 4 hours. And I need to get something to eat. I'm starving. So it was very helpful. Oh, I'm glad. Be sure to, stop by at my page and leave, if you have questions or anything, or email me. I put my email address so you guys can contact me outside the group, out of the broadcast. So keep in contact. I always like to know how people's outcomes are from my reading to see how accurate they are or if it helped. So I always like to, follow up with people and let me know how things are going, because I am concerned. I may not know you very well. We just met online, so we just, our paths have just crossed, but they cross for a reason, and I'm hoping to be a part of the solution, and hopefully just even talking about it helps. So I hope you benefit from this, and like it, come back, like it up, share it, let people know, because that's how, right people find me, if they invite their friends or things like that. It's a good community. So I love YouNow. I've been broadcasting since October 18th, and it's been like almost like a week or so. So this is my first week, and I've had a good experience, and I'm going for my broadcaster's badge as a captain. I got 5 guest spots filled yesterday, and I've got enough views, but I'm short on fans. I need like 70 fans to get to the next level. So yeah, if you can invite people, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, being a fan, that's a great way to thank me and help me, and reciprocate how I add people who friend me. So I like to have mutual relationships. So I hope you have a great morning. And it's Witchy Wednesday, and I hope you guys have some fun and there's some good stuff out there. So take care. I'm going to end it here, and I'll be back at 2 and at 7 Central Time. Thank you, Isana. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.